They been on their ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Niggas facade, get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show where she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Tell them to point out who said it, they run it. Bitch, I'm on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, that shit for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics I needed from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging their darts, make them reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycoon and I'm Jay with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm clutch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I spit shit from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like a surgery. She been curving you just to flirt with me. Toolie tucked off, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that you pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. They bang on their ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Niggas facade, get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Niggas really outside with it. Roll with it. Roll with it. Roll with it.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
What's going on? What's poppin'? Mandrell Drell.
What's up, man?
What's going on? What's going on, chat?
What's going on, man? Hey, everybody in the chat. All three of you. How y'all doing?
Right.
That's just 12 people watching. It's 12 people watching. We only got 10 likes. Where is the 11 now? Where's the other like? 13 people watching. We got 2 more likes. We got to get the likes up. Subscribe to the Patreon for all the game. Don't you love it when you see content creators do that? They bombard people with the Patreon advertisement. Subscribe to the Patreon. But then you go to the Patreon, ain't really ain't shit there.
Ain't nobody on.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, there's people there, but it's like this ain't worth what you're charging every month.
Yeah.
And you know, I was on one person's Patreon ever because out of curiosity, right? And I was like, okay, this ain't worth it for me. Maybe to somebody else, maybe, but not for me.
No, you gotta have millions of followers in order for it to even be really popping, and then you gotta be giving people stuff.
No, but if you got, say, 100 people, and those 100 people, sending you $10 a month, and then you can set up in tiers too. The first one's like $5 a month. Second one's $10 a month. Next one's $50 a month.
Yeah. How's everybody doing in the chat? How's everybody doing? What's going on with everybody? People be trickling in.
Yeah, they trickle in. They don't care. I thought that this would be people would be ready. Oh, hey Lexi, how you doing? Lexi Maxwell's here. How you doing, Lexi? Great show today, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I would have came up. I would have came on the panel and joined her in the conversation. But I was out and about running errands and stuff. I couldn't make it home in time. Yeah, you're at work. Well,
she had. I was watching it on my way home though. She did pretty good. So, we got the other fellas on here.
Lady Navoa, what's going on?
Stephen Day, is it Stephen or Stephen Day? Stephen Day.
Yeah, I met him in person.
What's going on, Stephen?
Youngster.
Yeah, he's young. He's a young cat. Lady Navoa, how you doing? Queen Smiley in the house. Christina Watts. No idea who you are, but welcome.
Quincy Fearson. What's going on, player? What's going on? What's happening, fellas? What's going on, Mr. Dusto and Mr. Bennett? What's going on? I see Dusto getting his heat on.
It's all good. It's all good.
What's going on, people?
I survived getting another daughter at age 21. So these days, you get another one to 21, and that's saying something. So I must be doing something okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
two
sir.
two down, one to go.
What's the last one?
She's 19.
She's 19. Oh man, they trickling behind each other.
We bang them out.
Yeah.
I wasn't young. I wasn't young when I started my family, so we were like, look,
you had to hurry up and get it done.
We're gonna knock these kids out, and we're gonna retire. And I got snipped, and I'm done. So that's why I got out.
Damn,
there you go.
Damn,
that's it. Let's go.
Hey,
he told his
I got a couple of my friends. They had a 21-year-old, and then he decided to have another one. I'm just like, man, no way.
Oh my god! After going 21 years of no children, and you finally got them out the house, and you have another one.
Nope.
Yeah, but Mr. Bennett, let me tell you, I had thought for just a few moments. I said I probably want another one. I was almost, and then I said, nah.
The third one, the third. Had I got a boy, so I got 3 girls. So I guess I hit the jackpot. Had I got the boy and the girl, I would have stopped then. So the third one was that last itch to say we want to do this
last ditch effort
one more time. And then she had her most complicated pregnancy then as well. So I was like, yeah. So we got 3 out. Yeah. I don't need any more. So
my lady, she said, no, it ain't happening. She was like, nope, it ain't. Hey, look, if it didn't happen in my earlier years, it's not happening now. And you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm fine because these are the years right here. I'm traveling. I'm embarking on different endeavorment. And what is it? Endeavors,
you got it.
Yeah, man. I can't do it. I can't be 60 years old with a 10-year-old. No, that ain't going.
And I've lost the program. Like I can't stand being around kids now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you hear you in the store, you hear a baby crying or a kid acting out. I just want to go and just like. So I don't have the patience. I'm like, I look at my wife. It's like, how do we get through that? Like, how do we go through the teething and getting up in the middle of the night and all that kind of stuff and all the drama and stuff. It's like so the only program, if I have any programs left, I think there's a grandparent program that's kind of waiting to be launched somewhere down the line, or at least it's in development at this point.
Well,
and
I have a grandson.
That's it. But the other program, the daddy program, is about to be retired. Yeah. Now the mentorship program is getting launched, but having kids, I just don't. People be having, it's like they want to give him the baby to hold. It's like, I don't want to hold you, baby.
We good.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I'd rather spoil my grandson and then give him back to his mama.
That's right.
I'd rather do that there.
That's right.
Dusto, what's going on with you, man? What you eating? Cereal? You over there eating Captain Crunch or something?
He's chicken breast and.
Look at what he look at the way he eat it too, like this.
Right.
Like he's 5.
That's not chicken breast, bro.
No, it's not chicken breast. He's eating
or a piece of salmon or something.
No, some noodles with shrimp, bacon, and chicken sausage.
Damn, you eat all the evil stuff. You eat shrimp.
You sure ain't.
You eat all that.
You sure ain't.
You're a seafood man. That's a true seafood man right there.
Right. Is it real noodles or is it oodles and noodles?
No, these are organic ramen noodles, not the cheap ones that'll kill you.
Yeah.
Some healthy ramen noodles.
There's no such thing as a healthy noodle. There's no such thing as a healthy noodle. That doesn't exist.
If you make it out of,
ask Mr. Bennett. You make it out of
something like that.
Right, but then it's not a real noodle then.
Well, the way they be labeling stuff. Yeah.
Zucchini noodles. Those aren't noodles. That's just zucchini. It's not noodles.
But it's actually good though.
It's okay.
Zucchini noodles got taste?
Huh?
They actually have taste?
They do have taste. That's guaranteed.
They're gonna throw. If you're gonna saute that in some garlic and butter or put some sauce on there, whatever, you're not gonna. You're gonna mash it.
I made a zucchini. It was a pasta that I made and I made it with that. I made it with the zucchini pasta. It was very, very good, man.
Yeah,
but I had to put. I made it very.
Freezy. It was good, Freezy.
But here's the thing, though.
Garlic.
I get it, but the problem is
olive oil.
The way you cooked it, you negated all the health benefits from eating the zucchini noodles. You might as well just eat the unhealthy shit. Now, introducing No Captivity with Freezy.
Easy.
No
Don't do that.
Captivity with Freezy.
Don't do that, man.
What's up, Freezy? Don't do what? I can't do your voice. Why not? What's up, Freezy, man?
How my good brothers doing this evening?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Well, sir.
It's Friday night, bro. You know, it's a great
Just
thing.
got
Man.
paid.
It is a great thing.
It's Friday night.
Yeah,
Party time. Yeah.
Absolutely. How you been, brother?
I mean, it's been good, man. It's been an interesting week. Been okay though.
Has it really?
Yeah, man.
How interesting.
Well, just a lot of differences of opinion. Sometimes you just gotta stand on your square. Not sometimes, all the time. Damn, I said it wrong.
Are you talking about something that happened on panels or at home?
You must have been on some dusty spaces.
Well, I ain't gonna get into that though. But I'm just saying, it get a little cloudy every now and then. Can I get amen?
I mean, here's the thing, man. Bottom line is there's some plenty of dusty panels out here. You don't have to be talking about any of them specifically, because Lord knows there's enough dust to go around. Mm-hmm. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I see some panels out there. They just flat out wrong. And the thing is, nobody that I associate with here in the space, no, I don't see them over there. You know what I'm saying? But there's, like I said, there's plenty of them that are just, they remind me of E-Man made his own YouTube channel. Listen, I made $180,000 last year, and if you make $179,000, you don't deserve submission with a woman. What? Like what, E-Man? If your wife withholds sex from her husband, that's a form of witchcraft.
Actually, I agree.
Some people have to. They should be writing some of this shit down, bro. I'm telling you, it's just write it down, practice it. Go in the mirror, do what you have to do to make sure, because a lot of times you have these guys that's sitting here talking, they don't even, when they look at themselves after hearing what they said, I'm telling you right now, they cringe. You know that they do.
No, they don't.
You don't think they do?
Mm-mm. Here's why. These idiots think they're right. I don't know how, but they think they're right.
Yeah.
JG, they think they're right.
I can agree. I can kind of.
Well, it's not about them thinking that they're right. Because let's be real, Mandrell. You get on panels and sometimes you're wrong. I've been wrong. JT's been wrong.
No,
I've been wrong a lot. Yeah, I'm not scared to be
y'all
wrong.
Right.
See, that's
y'all
the
been
thing.
wrong a lot. I've never been wrong.
I knew you.
You have always been
This
wrong.
guy.
No, I haven't. Y'all niggas
Gonna
just
be
don't
wrong
listen.
tonight.
This Trump over here.
Listen.
But no, it's the fact that they won't listen is just not listening and overly forcing to the point where
Mandrell.
I could tell them, hey, my head is bald. No, it isn't. Because if you look at the talking points, it's that part.
What is bald really? I mean, it's semantics what you're saying, because you're not really bald.
Yeah, that's the
Your hair actually
500
grows
CJ, man.
if you just don't touch it.
according to white
it
man
will grow.
standards.
5100 CJ, man, what's popping with you, bro?
Yeah,
KP.
CJ from the 5100 podcast.
5100.
Check your text messages, man.
They had a fight, man. That last show that they did, man, him and Taz did. That was actually a very, very good show that they did, man.
Which one?
They set it on fire. The one, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday that they did. Yeah, you came on it after I had left and you was coming on.
Yeah,
that was the one.
Yeah, I don't remember what we were talking about.
they were doing the breakdown with Pearly, like Ted say, Miss Pearly. I said, Ted sound like Miss Pearly was a 68-year-old old black lady. Miss
No, but she
Pearly.
looks like a 109-year-old white woman though, and she's not. I don't think she's 30 years old yet. Now introducing.
No, she's not.
Let's introduce. We ain't signing shit to the panel.
Yo,
What
what's
up, my man, my brother?
Yeah.
Good morning,
What's going on
everyone.
with you?
Shalom.
Now, before we get to the material, Mr. Bennett, I told you.
About what?
Wilder.
Yeah, that wasn't too far to figure out.
Oh, come on, man. You know how what everybody's saying. Is he gonna be the same? Is he not gonna be the same? I don't know.
When he weighed in at 214, I knew it would be good.
I did too. When he went, yeah, I did too.
No, your biggest prediction that I got to give you credit for was that sister who fought in
Baumgartner.
Baumgartner, yeah. She can be the face of female boxing. I mean, she's got the skills and she's got the look. She could really, she could really take that sport to the next level. But I was very impressed with her performance that day. So.
And it was against an opponent whose dimensions, she had the dimensional advantage. Long arms, tall, bigger body.
Yep.
Size, reach advantage. I mean, yeah, Baumgartner was at a disadvantage from the get-go.
Right.
Got in there and took care of it, man.
But she's got skills, man. She's got
Baumgartner's skill, yeah. And the only loss, but she's lost already. Like, she admits that she just got caught lacking.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't take the fight seriously. She trained half-assed, got in the ring, figured it out. But okay, yeah, won't happen again, and it hasn't.
Yep.
She takes her training seriously, man.
That one, but that was probably one of the best boxing weekends I probably ever
in
had.
a long
like the last
time.
10, 15, 20 years.
In a long time.
I was home all day watching the morning stuff with the ladies, and then you had Haney that night in Australia, and then you had the Wilder fight, the card that was on, the knockout of the year coming from Caleb Plant knocking out Darrell. I mean, you can't get any better than that. That's KO the year candidate right there. So that was. Now, what did you think of? What did you think of him doing the shovel after the after the KO?
Listen, people are like, no, don't do that. Don't do. I thought it was hilarious.
He's supposed to. He was supposed to.
They were talking a lot of smack. I
was saying it because that dude had been woofing that Plant like for 2 months. Woofing. You get in the ring, you talking all that noise, you can't get knocked out.
I called it at 6. I was like, I called it at 6.
Right.
His ass.
It was a bad knockout. It was a bad knockout too, fellas.
It was a bad
It was
one.
early, and you got slept. Freezy.
Yeah.
That joker was asleep.
Well,
Snoring.
He was snoring, Freezy.
Hey, is this you think this is Wilder's redemption? He's back.
It's not a redemption because there's just not nobody out there. It's not too many people that can fuck with him.
Right.
Well,
He got to get the best of the best.
I'm just saying after that bad loss from Tyson.
Well, the last one wasn't a bad loss. Like that last fight between him and Fury, both of those men.
It was actually a really good fight.
Both of them left a piece of themselves in the ring. Like if you're gonna pay money for a fight, Freezy, that's what you pay to see.
Yep.
Right.
2 men get in there and put everything they got in the ring. And both of them did it. They fought like men that night.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Both of them win or lose.
Nobody running.
Nobody ran.
Right.
Nobody was running. They fought like fucking men that night.
That was the type of fight of you either gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill you.
Maybe I said bad loss because I lost money that night.
Yeah,
that's a bad loss when you lose money. Trust me. It's a bad
Shout
loss.
out to Dunn, the Magic One GQ in the chat. He says he was
We saw you though. Nah, we saw
you though.
We got you.
Shout out to I've been meaning to catch up with him too. Contact him. Shout out. What's up, Dunn GQ, man? My bad. I'll get with you tomorrow.
Oh, we got Coach K in the house.
Yeah,
too.
Coach K. Hey, hi, Coach K.
Coach K.
Wait, when Coach K sees something, when she sees something that just shocked the shit out of her, how she looked.
Right. We ain't signing. Ni hao. Ohio.
Oh, that's Japanese. You
how you know? I know you did. I know it is, but I thought that would be a little crossover.
Okay.
Actually, it's not Japanese. It's called Hanbu. There's no language
So,
actually called
Ohio gozaimasu
Japanese.
means good morning, man.
I know what that means. I said it.
Okay.
I said it. So I know what it means. Now, I don't say shit. I don't know what it means. Okay. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, you do.
I was fucking with him because he speaks fucking Cantonese, even though he speaks Mandarin.
I don't speak Cantonese.
I know. You heard me. I just said he knows Mandarin.
Cantonese is only spoken in Hong Kong, right?
No, Cantonese is spoken in southern China. So Guangdong province, around that area.
Right, but Hong Kong also, right?
Yeah. Whoever's listening, Hong Kong is China.
Right. Well, yeah, especially now. They took that.
Yeah.
Hong Kong is China.
They took it over.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So, listen, CJ from the 5100 podcast. Check your text messages.
Partner.
See, Memphis dudes, man. Memphis niggas don't listen. You see, I get it. I've told him twice now. This is the third time. And he's not up here yet. So I don't know what his problem is. Anyway, gentlemen, to the topic. We raised the question. Oh, DL Saint.
What up,
What's
DL?
up, man?
What's good?
Hey, I apologize, brother. I told you it was
I
10:30.
don't want to hear that shit.
All right.
I really was like, don't come on.
Yeah,
Is that 10?
yeah. I was thinking about that motherfucking JT. It's all good, brother. It's all
What's
good.
going
How you
on,
doing,
partner?
DL? You all right, man?
I'm all right. I didn't know military had a colored time too, man. I knew about CPT time. I didn't stretch to the army. In the army, we tell them,
Hey, man. Black man, sometimes they over there they on Central Time, so I figure it was gonna be Central Time. Shit, I don't know.
I ain't mad at you, bro.
Look at the world class. What is that noise? Look at the world class. Look at him. He's in the chat. The balls on this chap. You see this? Shoes covering his hair.
You say shoes covering.
The balls on this chap. You gotta respect it, though. You gotta respect it.
Damn. So what's up, fellas? Though, what's up to the chat, man? What's up? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm here now. I'm ready.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That was a fire show that you had too, bro.
Hey, appreciate that, bro. That shit was fun, man. I'm gonna keep, like I said, man, I mix it up over there, man. I've been wanting to do that show for a minute. And then I did a show yesterday about these two guys' road rage incident where they shot at each other. I don't know if y'all heard about this.
They
in
hit each other's daughter.
Yeah,
They hit
bro.
each other's daughter. Yeah, man.
Yes, they
look.
shot each other. Shot the 5-year-old baby and the 14-year-old baby with a 45 and a 9mm. So I did that yesterday, and I promise, like, I'm gonna come back with something funny because that was so heavy, man. And so I did that. So good looking out, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support.
Now, on to the topic. Why do black men tear down the strong among them? Do y'all think black men, do we tear down the strong ones among us? JT.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a short answer is yes.
Okay, good.
We do.
How so?
Well, first and foremost, it's ingrained in this community where when you have someone that has some sort of power or some sort of influence, once they get to a certain plateau, man, you get the whole community going against them. You know, that's just what it is. When you look at, I mean, look what happened with Kevin Samuels. Look what happened with let's go back to the 60s where, you know, when you had your leaders. It was black men that also was looking to tear them down. Look at the Black Panthers. Look what happened with them inside that their community.
Why do you use the word community? Because it's just the exact opposite of community.
I mean, Black Panthers did have a community. They did. They had a community. And when I say community, this is what I mean. I mean, we can go with semantics and all of that, but it is a community, just like what we have right here. It's still a community. It's still a form of network. Now, if it's a shitty community, is one thing, but it's still, nevertheless, some sort of community or society. It is what it is.
Thank you very much, JT. Mr. Bennett.
Yeah, but I think it's almost natural. I think that because again, one thing, there's always a dynamic. Once you have power, your a lot of times your emphasis changes. I think a lot of people rise to power out of passion or out of desire to do something. But then once you get in that position, then a lot of times it becomes about holding on to it. And so how you move changes. You become different from being you were at once the rebel, I guess, at one point leading the charge. But then once you get there, you think you're the king of the mountain, you try to keep everybody else off it. So I think the dynamic changes. And then when you got other people who have different points of view or different ways of seeing things, they want to have their, hey, what's going on? They want to have their voices heard or their initiatives carried on. But if there's, especially with us, we tend to, get behind one person. That's also how we go. Like a lot of times we don't understand that, even going back to civil rights, that was fought on multiple fronts. We should have had leaders, not just a singular. Like every time you talk about the 60s, you only talk about two people. But there was people throughout, but they didn't get the shine, or, it was like for us, we got to have somebody like in front of us. We got to have that light in front of us to follow, where people don't understand. You can be a leader anywhere you're at. You be a leader in your world, be in your community, and do things on your turf. I mean, we need it in the courts, we need it in the protests, we need it in the judicial system, we need it in the economic system. So there shouldn't have been that. But we, in particular, we always trying to put the shine on. We need one person to be looking at all the time, rather than empowering others. You stay in your lane and you do what you do, and we all going to eat because of that. But we just don't have that mentality. So yeah, you're going to have that jealousy that's going to spawn on. You're going to have that envy that spawns on, because it's all about who's number one, rather than empowering other people to go and take it where it needs to go. So I think it's just it's a mindset with us. We have to start thinking differently in terms of how we think about leadership and think about what strength is. Because a lot of times strength is, again, it's about holding on to something rather than allowing others to grow and to flourish. You think your way is the gospel truth, and then nobody else's opinion matters, and then that also leads to some of the dissension. So
thank you very much. We ain't selling shit. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 points or 3 points, let's say. Okay. So first, I want to say that we don't like class, right? Black people don't like class, so that's the first thing. So if you don't like class, you can't really have leadership without class. Second thing is that everyone on some level, black, white, regardless of your skin color, everyone's practiced some level, even low level of racism. And if we are honest with ourselves, majority of us are just uncomfortable with black male leadership, right? Black man, white man, whatever, whoever, we're uncomfortable with that. And I would say those are probably the two biggest contributions why, the strong among us get torn down, because we're allergic to class and low-level racism.
Okay. No captivity with Freezy. What's up, man? What do you think?
I'm gonna clip your ass one of these nights. I'm starting to think that so-called black people, we don't want to really solve problems. We just want to look good doing it.
There you go.
I think that when strong men, when men are identified as strong, a lot of times that's why they leave these communities. They leave the hood, because they know that if they stick around, they're going to be tore down by their counterparts, because their counterparts are projecting their weaknesses will project their weaknesses on them. A lot of times we want shortcuts, but the strong people know that there are no shortcuts, and the weak people they just don't want to adhere to the fact that there are no shortcuts. They don't, you know what I'm saying? You got to work hard. So instead of actually accepting that there are no shortcuts, we'll rather tear down the strong people so we can keep this this notion that we need easier answers. So that's why that's why a lot of people, successful people, leave the hood, because it's just a woe is me mentality, man. And then my second theory is women. We let women get in between um the politics of men too much in the black in with amongst black people. I always say that if men get it together, the woman will get together. It starts with us first. We always have these panels about, black women being disrespectful, they're not submissive and all that kind of stuff. But the fact of the matter, and that's true. Well, not all of them, but as a norm, we see that. But the fact of the matter lies within the black man. We have to get our shit together. We got, strong women do not have you don't really see women acting up in front of strong men on a regular basis. They pretty much conform to a certain level of respect. You know what I'm saying? I know. Well, I'm gonna just speak for myself. A lot of the problems these brothers be having and stuff, especially on these panels, I don't have them problems, even in real life. And if I do have problems, if I do encounter women of that type of character, man, I nip that shit in the bud real quick. You know why? Because I'm strong. That's why. So that's I don't want to keep rambling, but yeah, that's my take on the whole thing.
No problem, and I agree with that. I'll give y'all my idea of it after everybody's gone. Anderson?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You ain't tear down strong men. If you're strong, you probably can't be tore down unless somebody kills you, or unless somebody goes way below the belt and attacks you on a level that, they got to go to an extreme. Strength comes from knowledge. It comes from communication skills.
And experience.
Yeah, experience. Strong men should know these weak dudes over here. Hey, I can't talk. I'll talk to them here and there. I'll send them a postcard, but them dudes shouldn't be around you. I personally, other than YouTube, I don't hear this dust in real life. That's why it's so shocking to me, and that's why I troll them all the time. And I don't go somewhere and hear people crying about the white man. I don't hear people, 32.2% of the women, if you're 6 feet tall, that's not what I'm used to. I'm not sitting here bragging saying I'm the strongest man, but me and my people, we don't have them conversations. If so, I'm dusting them off and giving them hell. But people are who people are. So in corporate America and the fake community and all this stuff, people are going to do what they're going to do. And a lot of things you asked them to do, they said no, that they're going to stay the way they are. So put yourself in position. You should be working with strong and doing something strong, and you won't be around these people. Because these people around you, 10 victims and whatever, trying to tear you down, ask them to do some work. Hey, man, come help me do this. Hey,
no, man, I got to go.
You'll never see him again. Hey, man, let's go to the gym. Huh? Never hear from him again. That's all I got.
DL Saint. Hold on. Christina Watt says, I think strong women respect strong men, especially if it's your culture. Yeah, but we're Americans, Christina. We don't really have culture.
What is a strong woman?
Hold on. We'll get to that. Let's let Mr. Saint, if that is indeed what he is, a saint.
I'm a man. That's right. I walk the path, bro. I'm like a Templar, bro. I'm a Templar. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, airborne.
Hey, Mandrell, you got some fucked up intros, man, for people, man. God damn, man.
What I do?
And that's that CTE, brother. One too many jumps. One too many jumps.
And one too many.
Mr. Saint, if that's what you are.
One too many TBIs too. I mean,
yeah, that too, bro.
Wow.
Yeah,
that too, but
it happens. Shit.
It happens, man. But when it comes to this topic, man, especially within our community, you know what I mean? I agree with what Brother JT was saying about, community. It is what it is. It was a great community or a shitty community. It's still community. You know what I mean? I would say generations of our people going all the way back to when we were slaves have been programmed to think that white is right and black is wrong, right? For generations, we've been programmed that we are less than. And the programming may not be as prevalent these days, but it's still there. Add that to the fact that no one in this country cares about education. No one in this country holds up the academic. You know what I mean? When it comes to, like who are the big guys, right? Who are the top G's? You know what I mean? To steal Andrew Tate's term, right? It's the athletes, man. It's the dudes out there cranking, man. You know what I'm saying? The plugs out there. You know what I mean? The basketball players, the football players, right? We do that with our kids. I mean, how many on this panel has gone to school and been accused of being, oh, you just, you some nerd, you trying to be white, you talking white and all that kind of stuff. That, like, our culture, our people have been programmed. It may not be as prevalent now today as it was 20 years ago, 50 years ago, but it's still there. You know what I mean? So, and like, I agree with all the brothers' take on it as far as being a strong man. Now, if you're strong, you're going to be strong. You're going to lead from the front. You know what I mean? It is what it is. With respect to women, bro, I don't care. I mean, if you a bitch made motherfucker, bro, and you lead with your wallet, yeah, you're going to be able to buy some stuff. But you can't buy respect, man. You got to earn that. I don't care who you are. You got to earn it. Ask Jeff Bezos, man. Wealthiest man on the planet. A lot of motherfuckers don't respect him. You know what I mean? No matter as try as he may, at the end of the day, he's still that geeky ass motherfucker who was selling books out of his garage.
Well, then in that case, then you can't earn it. Then, to your point earlier, you don't earn it. You can earn trust, but I don't know if you can earn respect. You either give it or you don't. No matter what
you earn respect regardless. You can't buy that.
I have to push back. The people that matter in the circle of those, they respect him because he can exact consequences or he can execute consequences. The everyday person who may or may not respect him, they don't matter. But the people that matter, he has their respect.
Fear and respect are different.
That's a good point. The people who matter, the people in his social circle of that stature and status, of that status, they respect him. I'm a nobody. He has no idea I exist, and I respect Elon Musk.
I respect him as well. I mean, he did. I mean, one of the greatest companies of all time. How can you not respect that?
I can respect what he built, but I don't know Elon Musk. And the people I know that know him,
Jeff Bezos. I'm saying.
Yeah, we were talking Bezos though, but it's saying we can say the same thing. We were talking about Bezos, but we can say the same thing about Elon Musk. We can say the same thing about Elon Musk. I can respect what you built. But like the people I know that has interacted with Elon Musk before he came into the billions, they tell me the same thing. Like, yeah, man, he's a fucking weirdo. He's a nice guy, but he's a fucking weirdo.
That's obvious, DL.
But my point being, those people who respect him, he earned that respect. The respect doesn't come with a title. The respect doesn't come with the money. It's just like when in combat or on the streets, right? You respect who've earned your respect. You're not gonna respect the coward.
Nope.
You can respect the person who can execute consequences. Money gives you power to execute consequences.
Explain that for me.
There's a difference in fear and respect.
Okay, I disagree with that, but whatever. So for example, there are certain things we can't say online of different communities. Why? Because there's consequences to that. So we don't say their name. We don't mention certain things about them, right? We use acronyms or, clandestine descriptions to describe them. But we know what these people are. Even right now, I'm not mentioning them. And I'm in fucking China.
Women.
So
the ways that we engage with each other.
Somebody got
somebody has an echo.
Yeah, check your volumes.
It sounds like either they got a tab up or they
if you got the other tab open, please mute that.
It's gone now.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, but at the end of the day, like, because for example, if respect comes in two ways, either through fear or through a person is being a respectful person. For example, when I meet people, they automatically get my respect. You don't respect is not something that you earn, it's something that you lose. Right?
I agree.
Because I'm taught,
that's how I think.
right.
Let me know when you're done. I want to push back when you're done just a little bit.
Yeah,
Let me know when you're done.
Fear and respect are different.
But respect is something that you lose, you don't earn, right? Because I'm a respectful person. I treat people with courtesy. And I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, so I would say this. I will treat you with kindness. I will treat you the way you treat me. I will be respectful, but that doesn't mean I respect you. You see what I'm saying? So if the thing is, simply because someone said you're in charge doesn't mean I'm gonna give you my respect. If you're a fuck up, I'm not gonna respect that. You know what I mean? So long but the way I was raised to treat people the way you want to be treated, I will respect the rank in the military sense, or when I was in the FAA, I will respect the position. Okay, you're the supervisor, but you don't work as hard as I do, right? You don't know what I know. And we both know that you kept fucking up so much that they had to put you in charge. You was going to kill somebody. So no, I don't respect you. Shut up and let me fix this. And then you can get back in charge once I put it back on the tracks. You feel me? And at the end of the day,
we're changing the goalposts now. We're moving the goalposts because we're
okay. Well, let me back that up then. I don't want to move the goalposts. I want to say that true respect is earned, right? To me. You gotta earn it, my brother. Like, I'm not gonna just sit there and like, well, I'm gonna give you all of my heartfelt respect. I'm not gonna follow you into the flaming gates of hell. But you know what I mean? Unless I respect you.
But I don't look at that as respect. I look at that as trust.
Right, yes. That's trust.
You don't trust that person that you said is to screw up and doing all those things. You don't trust that person. But if that person does enough, so where you can say, you know what, I can trust this person with my life. I can trust this person where I can go through the gates of hell with them. That's a trust, and trust is built.
Right.
But respect,
I mean, but I can trust.
Title, I can for the rank for whatever. That's that's a different thing. You don't trust that individual, and they haven't proven themselves trustworthy by all the errors that they're making.
Right. I mean, can I trust a Kanye West to fuck up? I trust that he's gonna fuck up, but I don't respect him.
Well, it's all semantics, though, right?
No, but hold on. We can take it out of semantics. This is the thing. Y'all know the number one thing that people talk about that they want a person to give them? Loyalty, right?
Or loyalty.
And if anybody, loyalty. So if anybody ever heard me speak, and I even got it on a couple of my, and I always say this, I don't need your loyalty. I need you to be a person with integrity. Because integrity is what's building that whole respect thing. If I see somebody that's a stranger and I see that they're struggling, whether it's a couch or groceries or whatever it is, my integrity is going to push me towards just helping that person out. If I see someone that I'm passing by, total stranger, I respect them by saying, hello, hi. That's what pretty much we ain't saying is pretty much saying. You lose people's respect, you don't gain it. It should already be ingrained.
Well,
and a lot of people don't understand.
My point
he
is
was
this,
talking about consequences is different.
Let me say this one point. My point is, if you're dealing with someone who tells you that you have to earn their respect, to me, they come off as a disrespectful person. That's their internal hard drive. Because
either that or an unsecure person.
Right. And I'll pass the mic on that. Yes. Right.
Insecure.
If that has some more to do with them than you.
Hey, okay. Wayne Snyder, hear me out as far as respect versus fear, though. If I really don't like Mandrell, but I won't creep up behind him and sneak him in the back of the head because I know he knows martial arts and he'll beat me up, that has nothing to do with respect. That's fear. Because I really, if given the opportunity, if there was a moving vehicle I can jump in the back of, I'll still sneak him in the back of the head because I don't respect him. Now the fear is gone. I can sneak him in the back of the head and keep it moving.
Right.
But the only reason is because I don't want the consequence. But what I really want to do is bust him in the head and knock him out because I.
Right. Why would you lose respect for him? But why would you lose respect for him?
No, what I'm saying is the respect is gone.
But you lost respect. But this is the thing, and it goes back to what we ain't signing.
You're saying why?
You don't gain a person's respect. You lose a person's respect. It had to have been something that made you not like Mandrell to want to lose respect for him.
True.
To do what you did, and that's what we was. That's basically what he was.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just talking about fear versus respect. Saying fearing, not wanting a consequence, counting as respect.
Oh yeah.
If I want to
you can go back to his example with the what you're allowed to say over the airwaves, right? That's almost like a fear thing. Like you might not have any respect for those people, but if you say something that you can be banned, you can be there's, like you said earlier, consequences, and that's coming mostly out of fear versus respect. Because respect would say, I don't know these people other than, I wouldn't have any ill will towards them. And I don't have I wouldn't posit anything that would be negative, especially against someone I don't know. I'm just going to take you at face value until you give me a reason not to like you or trust you.
I think that most of the time, the way we move around people, I don't think most people respect each other. I think
they don't.
I kind of agree with Dusto and Saint. Like, we treat people a certain type of way out of respect for the law or a higher power, or like me, I have respect for God. So, I'm going to treat people a certain type of way out of my respect for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It's not a direct respect for a lot of people. Now, I do,
but it shouldn't be transactional.
What's that?
So that's the thing. Is respect transactional?
Well, black
is it at the point? I don't hear a lot of people saying that.
I don't think it should be, because even Frieza, your point about, you said you respect the Most High, but then that would also extend to what the Most High has created. So, like, my respect is certainly for the Most High, but also for what He created. So, if He said, if you have been fearfully and wonderfully made in my image, then how I look at you as a human being in just exactly who you are, knowing that you are valuable because the Creator gave you value. So I don't even necessarily have to go to the Creator with that. Not to get hyper religious here, but I'm just saying it should go beyond just saying, well, because even the scriptures talk about that, right? It says, like, you can't say that I love God but then hate your brother. Like, those things are incompatible with one another. Right. Those two got to go hand in hand, because you look at how you look at the.
What I'm saying is, I'm still going to treat people a certain type of way, even if I don't agree with their practices or their ideals, because of my respect for the Most High. If the Most High was not factored into that equation, it would be a whole different ball game. That's what I'm trying to say.
But I mean, I want to make something clear. I'm not saying you have to respect people all the time. I'm just saying you have it till you lose it. And I think most people operate in that, except for us, because black people, we're very transactional. We are very, very transactional. So, when you hear people say, well, you got to earn my respect, that's more about them than it is about the other person. And
I'm not linking this to black, though.
Right, you need to do this or you need to do that. Right? No, that's our culture, bro. We are very transactional. We're very transactional people.
No, the reason I don't link anything to black, and this how black people, because to be honest, I don't even know what the culture is. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't even know. But the people I'm around don't do this stuff.
But we have,
and I'm black, and they're black, most of them.
Well, I'm not.
So I can't link it to culture.
Well, the thing about it is, when we have a discussion and then we bring it back to our individual experiences, I have nowhere to push back on that, because I don't know you personally. But I can say collectively, in the corporate world, going to get something at Starbucks, whatever, right? And we hear it all the time, whether in real life or not, whether it's our personal friends or not, right? In order for me to do this, you got to do that, right? We're very transactional.
Yep.
Right, and if you and even if there's no black culture, fine, I'll give you that. But I will say this: being transactional amongst black people is a social norm.
Is it any different than any other culture?
It is very different from any other culture.
Yes.
From many other cultures. We're not the only transactional culture out there in the world. Okay,
the transactions don't even add up, though.
So fucking what? None of this makes sense. Okay, nothing about the black community in America makes sense. Except
That's why I say there's no community.
Except we have melanin. Yeah, but you got people who. Well, hold on. You got people who are debate you and I, Dusto. That yes, we do, and it's like there's more than enough evidence to support our claim that this is not a community.
Yeah, it doesn't match up to the definition of community.
Hold on, Dusto, but please remember what I said, right? I said whether or not you want to admit there's a community, that's fine. We can say it's not. But I'm saying it's a social norm amongst people who have this black skin color, right? So let's take the community out. Let's not get caught up on that. What I'm saying is a practice and the social norm
I disagree.
amongst people who look it up. Okay, then that's fine. That's
But Dusto, you was in the military, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You was in the military. Let me tell you, one of the things in the military that I experienced where it was like a wake-up call for me. I got all the way before I got out, I was an E6, right?
Mm-hmm.
E5 was way harder than being an E6, not because I couldn't lead in all these different things. What it was because of the folks that I was over. 22 years old, an E5. Most of the people that was up under me were older than I was, right? I only got pushback from the ones that look like me. It got to a point where, like, when they get to see who I am, it's kind of like they relax. It's like they don't want to do what they're supposed to do just for what I was talking about earlier, just integrity. I got a brother here, it is what it is with him, man. He cool. They'll even do some shit like call me brother, like we supposed to be. No, this is a motherfucking mission that we on. My skin color should not matter whether you take my orders or not. When you're not where you're supposed to be, don't think that I'm going to lax on your ass. Well, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, don't think. But they take that for granted. As an E5, I had to deal with that. As an E6, it was something totally different. I was a lot seasoned.
Yeah,
and I had a reputation. So it was at a point where I was looking. I was like, I was only getting it from the people that look like me. It was worse with women. That's why I'm one of the ones that's like, nah, I ain't really big on women being in the military, because they were taking liberties that they know that they had no business taking. But because they seen my skin color, they thought that they can get away with a lot of different things until I showed them something different.
Nah, it wasn't your skin color, bro. It was the fact that you got a phallus, man. I mean, that's a different conversation though. What women could get away with. What I'm hearing though, it seems to me what I'm hearing is it seems that your background and your surroundings and your personal experience seems to mold the respect conversation here. Because it seems to me that most of the guys who like the military guys or guys who were doing those, like the shit in the streets, those type people tend to understand like, no, respect is earned. You know what I mean? Because you out there dealing with it. You know what I mean? There's hyper violence going on. There's shit going on. But those of us who came up in a less rough and tumble background, let's say, like a normal background, like the shit I grew up in is not normal. People ain't supposed to grow up like that. You know what I mean? Like the streets and war, that's not normal. But the people who grew up in the regular world, they tend to say, well, no, everyone gets respected. But I mean, so that's what I'm hearing here. Like I'm hearing two different trains of thought.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. What you saying?
I'm saying, but JT, I mean, I think JT was kind of on the side of respect is lost, not earned. So yes. I don't. And he's military background, so I don't know. I don't.
That's all.
All right, let me tell you my idea about this. Do we
lost?
Why do black men tear down the strong among them? Because we're programmed to. That's why. And you take the programming over generations after generation after generation, along with just flat out natural instinct. You know what I'm saying? JT's at the top spot. I want his spot. I'm gonna come and try to get it. He has to defend it. Win or lose, you know what I'm saying? Winner take all.
Crabs in a bucket.
There you go. Instead of letting him have his spot, and I create my own.
Yeah.
On another avenue. He has his spot in this particular area. I have the top spot in another particular area. Freezy has the top spot in another particular area. DL, another area. Dusto, Mr. Bennett, we ain't signing. All of us are have the top spot in our own specific particular areas. Now we rule the roost. No one's thinking like that though.
Right. I
You
think
know
a
what I'm
lot
saying?
of yeah.
Mandrell, my point is this. It's almost like y'all are saying this is who black people are because of black. When hold on. Hear me out. Corporate. Who is the greasiest of the greasy? If you had to put a color on it, white. Against what color?
Asians.
No, other white people.
Asians, Arabs, and people of terrorist descent.
No, they're white on white.
And white.
You put
hold on, man. Truthfully, it's them against
everybody gets it.
Truthfully, it's them against all.
Mandrell, terrorist descent, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Terrorist descent.
Here's the thing: it's not all white people doing that, but a lot of them are greasing other people who look just like them, or anyone they have an opportunity. Who are black people? But hold on, who are black people?
I wouldn't finish making my point.
No, I'm just saying when they throw it, it's like you put a label: black equals these people who do this. And if it's a community, that means all of them are doing it. And I'm telling you, I'm not even around these people, so that would mean something got to be wrong.
I get it, but
that's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that's the natural instinct part that I was talking about. Survival of the fittest. I'm coming for his spot. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? That I was saying, as opposed to making my own, going in a different route and ruling the. Everybody takes. Everybody has the top spot in a specific area. And now we all communicate with one another and we rule the rules. That's the natural instinct. Well, that's the deprogramming part. If we think that way, but the natural instinct part is, white people are gonna be gully and cutthroat and try to take the top spot from the white guy because he's got the top spot and other people want it.
I think that's
a human
thing, but
that's the thing is, what I'm saying is,
does it get lost in translation? This thing, because when we start talking about I don't even know what the hell to call it. I don't even want to call it black community, but let's for just conversation.
Black population.
The black community. Somebody did mention, they did touch on it and say it's more of a human thing, right?
I said it.
However, it gets lost in translation when we start speaking about the community that we belong to, and someone say, well, what about the white folks? I think that's what makes it get lost in translation. We don't have to argue and say that it's not amongst them also. But when we're speaking amongst ourselves, why is it that we just can't keep it amongst ourselves? We understand that it's in other cultures, but it doesn't take away from it being a deficit in our culture. You get what I'm saying?
What we're doing is
I'm used to hearing that being the next thing that's coming. It just happens all the time in the dust. That's on me.
It does. And the thing is, it's a contrast and comparison is what people are doing, and what they don't realize. People who do that don't realize that they're doing is they're measuring themselves by another culture, which is what they should not do, as opposed to making your own measuring fucking stick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it doesn't take away that the deficit still stays right there, even if
exactly.
It doesn't take it away.
Why we do it again? Largely because of programming. I think that's the biggest part of it. Now, I'm not here to debate you on this one. We ain't signing, but let's be honest. Whether the Willie Lynch letter was real, whether Willie Lynch actually existed and he wrote the Willie Lynch letter or not, doesn't matter. Once you read the Willie Lynch letter, all of that shit worked. Because that is what the thing is. That's what slave masters did. Yeah, they did do these things. That's how they got us to turn against each other. And we're to the point now where people who say that, well, you have no excuse today, they're right. We're on autopilot. The crazy shit is that we oppress ourselves. We do it to ourselves. It's on autopilot. The white man had to touch us for generations.
My grandmother went to her grave.
What do you tell to somebody who never bought into that program, who didn't read the letter, and who's not going to read the letter? What do you tell that person? And they don't have these problems.
Well,
half the people ain't read the letter. They just took what somebody else said in parody.
Yeah,
and when somebody else says something, they ain't listening. And they don't have these problems.
I never disagreed that with you about whether we can see the things that the Willie Lynch letter said in society. I agree with you. I'm just saying the person who wrote it never existed, but we can clearly see.
That's the thing. Yeah, I agree. Now I agree with that because there's no when you look into it, there's no actual evidence that Willie Lynch actually exists.
Right,
so we can exist. Yeah, we agree that like, hey, that's why I say it doesn't matter whether he existed or not.
It's an idea. It doesn't matter whether the person existed or not. I mean, we all know what was that experiment with the aliens. Remember back in the 50s? Yeah, they did a skit or something. They played like the aliens were invading. So many people believed that it just
War of the Worlds. Orson Welles did it on the radio.
TV show. You have people like locked up in their home. So it doesn't. So the point is that whether a person existed or not, the idea got out into the ether, and then people responded to it.
Yeah, and my thing is this with the programming is because, the thing is it worked. Mission accomplished. America, the American. Of course, the American dream is a lie, but America itself as a society is the greatest accomplishment in social engineering in the history of mankind. We do what we're told to do, and we don't realize it. Absolutely, 100%. We're doing what we're allowed to do. They can take our rights away just like that, Constitution or no. Look what just happened to Alex Jones. I vehemently disagree with what the guy said, but the law should never have come after him for $1 billion just because of some shit he said.
Well, look. Okay, so Desto doesn't believe that there's a black community, and
there isn't, Freezy. No one's working together, Freezy, and the black elites work amongst themselves.
Okay, but look at it this. Okay,
there are black networks with no community.
Look at it this though. There have been black organizations that have been. Well, still are well put together.
No.
Listen.
Let them finish.
Like the NOI.
Where they at today?
Well, I'm just saying. Well, they still have an organization and a hierarchy within itself that's still running to this day.
And it's irrelevant.
Not really. Not really. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they well, I don't want to get caught up. I don't want to just stop with them, right? But there are other organizations that have been black organizations that have been proven to work like a well-oiled machine. They respect their leaders in that organization. They have successfully accomplished different tasks and feats and events and stuff. Just it's been proven that the black community can come together and within different sectors form successful organizations. How did they do that? That's what I'm saying.
And
the problem is it can't be done anymore. Like what could be done, but now everything is run by the nation of Wigwam. You can't 80% single mothers, people just all out of control. The men acting like the women. It's too far gone to where all you can do is find the top 10%, work with them, and let the others be. It's that bad.
And the thing is,
they multiply.
And the thing is, Freezy, the worst part about what Dusto said is they know. They know that they're They know that they're fucked up, and they keep doing it anyway. And they don't teach their kids to not do it. They don't. They don't enforce discipline. They're regressing. These morons are.
But you got to look at the numbers. Every out of control woman got 2 and 3 kids. That's 3 more of these coming that are about to turn 18.
And 60% have it with different multiple men. So I get that. But I want to say 2 points. And please let me finish these 2 points, because what I'm going to say is going to be a little bit salacious, but I'm being sincere. So the first thing I want to say is that I'll just say the last part first. When we're looking at the different black organizations or civil rights leaders or whoever, right? They have done a lot of Herculean efforts, but we're looking at the society today. I can't say successful because at the end of the day, there has been failure. Majority of the things that black men have worked for in the 60s, Reconstruction era, even the 80s and so forth, right? They largely benefit other groups of people more than they do black people, right? And a lot of that is because of Title IX in the law, right? Adding gender equality to civil rights issues, right? So at large, we haven't been successful, right? As far as results, the intentions have been good. The fight was necessary, and we had to do it. But unfortunately, if we are to examine the results, it would be enough.
Yes, because like we understand it said, other people stole our shit again, like they've done since we've been here.
It's not stolen. It's just been manipulated a bit. Like, for example, when we fought for voting rights, we vote for affirmative action and things like that. So
who owns it now?
But my point is, what happens is
L
Title IX
G B
T
Q elemental P
and all the rest of that bullshit. Listen, we ain't signing. What we're trying to tell you here, brother, is that
no, but what I'm trying to say is that it's not overtaken. It was just been adjusted, and a lot of that comes from Title IX.
Yeah, we agree. It comes from Title IX, but at the same time, what we fought for no longer benefits us.
I got
so. Hold on. Like when you look at affirmative action, okay, that helps women. It may be black women, but it may be black women, but
white women.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're looking at federal government, right?
Hey, look, but real talk, affirmative action helped me, bro. Affirmative action did help me.
Yeah, cool. You're 1 in 10 trillion.
But you're 100 years old,
right?
Hey, I'm 102 years old. Get it right, Flair. Get it right.
But there's something to be said for why others have been able to take it. A lot of it, I think, has to do with the numbers.
No, here's the thing. We came up short in our leaders, the two of them, the three of them. I'm sorry.
We put our faith in. We put our faith in three of them, but
three of them.
I'm part of that. But again, our numbers again. First of all, we didn't get there by ourselves because it was other people who had to go and legislate and put those things in place for us. But we don't have the numbers to keep it though. So why Title IX works is because the population is 49% women or 51% women, whatever it is. So again, if you need numbers, and that's part of it too. Our community has not grown. Well, our population. Not to offend anybody. Our population has not grown. We have remained stagnant. We should be 25% of the population by now, but we're not.
At minimum, that's minimum. The thing is,
no, Mandrell,
hold on. Let me finish.
Government stuff is not the problem.
Here's the thing. It is the problem. The problem and how it is the problem.
I'll explain it.
No, I'll explain it.
Go ahead.
We never made it to the point where we got into the government. You're not gonna move forward. The government knew it. If Martin ran for office and he got in there, Malcolm, Huey P. Newton, people like that got in there, things would look vastly different. And
we wouldn't be a goddamn swing.
Right. But hold on real quick. We had Adam Clayton Powell Jr. and we had Thurgood Marshall. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Okay, so
real.
No, but it's real talk though. They were there.
I know, but
we didn't have the numbers to move the needle.
We didn't have the numbers.
The group in this country now? You guys are talking about the LGBTQ community, but who's really moving policy now? Who's like the block that everyone wants? It's the Latino vote because they're splitting between, regardless of your party. That is that growing ethnic group,
and they're not a swing.
They're not because their numbers they're nearing.
The numbers are growing. Their numbers are growing, and they're growing at an exponential rate, a ridiculous rate. And now here's the thing, DL. We are at 13.4%, right? And for the longest time, we've never been above 15%. For the longest time. Now, I keep telling people this is by design, but the people are like, no. So, okay, so for 100 years, you kept one segment of your population at 15%. And that's not on purpose?
Mandrell, I can tell you. Here the thing is.
How is it not on purpose? People are going to have sex. People are going to have children.
Mandrell, here's the deal. People are talking about winning and losing. There's a direct correlation, not with how victimized the government and stuff is. Because why are people running to the government to solve all their problems when the government is a capitalistic business? The biggest separation is how many fathers. No fathers, no winning. But people as individuals decided we're not going to do that. As far as black, they're the first ones to say no. Number 2 that said no is white. Hispanics that aren't Americanized say we're keeping our fathers, and they're thriving. It doesn't matter what kind of law, almost doesn't even matter what the laws are. People who suck no matter who's in office. People who are fat no matter who's in office. People who dust, it doesn't matter who's in office. If you look 40-year-old people, they were dusting at 24, 28, 32 at increments of 4s.
So, Dusto,
the government's not coming to save
fathers. You're saying fathers are actually the infrastructure, and if you don't have that infrastructure, then you just walking around this motherfucker flimsy as hell.
I'm saying, as a whole, 80% fathers versus 20%. You're going to see a whole race fall all the way off a damn cliff.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
And
so you can say father's the cornerstone. Well, father's a cornerstone, mom is a cornerstone, and faith. It should, but now is mom and government.
I mean, the government's your parent. If you marry the government and try to chase after the government, who has 58 wives, and we're gonna turn it red. We're gonna vote over here. Not saying voting ain't important. But you're taking 4, 5, 8, 15, 58 hours watching CNN. That's eating your brain up. Watching Fox. All that junk versus family structure or the basic things. Gym, books, IT, whatever it is that you need to do to be the more productive person. The government's job is not to make you productive. But people, African Americans, bought so much into fake socialism, which is the easiest scam.
And religion
will never be socialist, and they keep selling it to them, and they keep buying it.
Right, hold on, yeah. So one of the cornerstones is not faith. You don't have to have faith in shit to make a family work. You don't.
You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith in something, my brother. I'm not saying it has to be in God. I'm not saying it has to be in Allah, but you gotta have faith in something. You have to be grounded in something.
And be grounded in morality.
Okay, fine. That's okay. You can substitute that morality with faith, but it has to be grounded in something.
Because grounding equals fathers.
I got you, Penderson. The two pillars of family is father and mother. That's period. Yes. No, irrefutable. No now the thing is, now what the two parents negotiate and agree upon as far as your morals and your direction. You know what I mean? Because they keep saying in this space, like, a man has to have a plan. Yeah, but the woman has to agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the greatest plan known to mankind, but if a woman won't agree to follow that,
better than yours.
If a woman doesn't agree to follow that, you ain't going nowhere, are you?
But for real,
taking your ass down was probably part of her.
Right, or if her plan is better than yours.
Mandrell,
have you listened
that one? Have you listened to these men's plans in the dust spaces?
I've heard bullshit, man. Come on, listen.
But Mandrell, my point is this: you have to be grounded in something, bro. You say you got the two pillars. You got your man and your woman, right? And the government and the laws are on the side of the woman. So if you got a woman who's okay with pronouns, you got a woman who's okay with giving a little boy a perm and let him wearing dress to go. You got a problem. It got to be grounded in something. Now, if that's what y'all decide to do, that's what y'all decide to do. But you have to be grounded in something. I said faith as a catch-all, but it has to be morality or something that's the substance of who your essence as a family. Right. I can't let that go.
The thing is, I agree with you, DL. My thing is, it doesn't have to be religion. And people think
I'm with you. It does not have to be religion. I agree. I agree.
People
come in as a religious person. I agree with you on.
Give me saying, the thing is, people think I'm saying no. You shouldn't believe in religion. People think I'm saying that when I say this. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Because that's what it sounds like, Airborne. That's what it sounds like.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Because you push too hard back.
No, but it's worse on the other side when you got religious folks saying basically you can't have a successful marriage, you can't do things if you don't have
exactly. And people tell me that all the time.
If you don't have Jesus, you can't be successfully married.
Right, because people tell me all the time that I tell them I believe in God, I just don't believe in religion. Well, how can you have God if you don't have religion?
Man, Drill, this is what you need to do, bro. This is what you need to do next time. Instead of saying what you've been saying, say this.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy.
See, exactly. The thing about religion, right?
Rule the galaxy.
The reason why religion is so commonly accepted is because it's a belief system, right? You have to have a core set of values under one umbrella. And religion is the best setup for that.
It's not.
It's not, but it's one
not.
of. It's one of. Whatever you
It's
agree
not,
on
it's
is
not.
fine. It's
Not-
whatever
yeah,
you agree
there
on.
you-
If you
there
agree
you
on
go.
religion, that's fine. If you agree on something else, that's fine. But you need that glue.
Hold on. Let's classify what religion is. It doesn't have to be the God I believe in or the God you believe in. You can do anything religiously.
We're on the
It
same
doesn't-
page. We're on the same page. We're in agreement.
Right.
It can create a circular argument,
That's
though.
why. That's
Right,
what
that's what
DL
I'm
was saying.
saying.
Faith. That's why he was saying faith.
Yeah. So it has to be. You have to be able to get. In order for this woman to follow you, she has to believe in you.
Exactly. And the thing is, like I said, Freezy, if her plan is better than yours, it doesn't. A lot of guys in this space say, "No, her plan can't. You can't let her plan be better than yours." I'm like, "No, dipshit. If her plan is better than yours, you have to go with her plan. You're still the leader. She's gonna say what she's gonna do is say, "Hey, honey, this is my plan." You look at it like, "Damn, girl, this is a really good plan. It's even better than mine. We're gonna go with this one." You had the final say. Look at what just happened here. I'm still the man in the house. I still had the final say. I'm still gonna lead you down this path that you brought to me. I'm gonna direct you on this plan that you brought me. And I had the final say. Everything people say that the man in the house is supposed to have, you still did it. She's doing her job. She's being your support system. She brought you a plan and an idea.
That's bottom up leadership.
Why is your ego in the way?
Because your mama made it. What are we talking about, bro?
There you go, right there, bro. Because here's the thing. Back to your original question: why do black men tear the strong among them down? Right. Well, because they're not men; they're males. We got a lot of males out there. We got very few men. There are a lot of men who don't want to lead. They want to be. They want to be led.
Why not just call them?
But I want to. There's one point I want to make.
Why not call them?
What up, J Speed?
J Speed with that slow ass.
Now finish your point. Finish your point. I want to follow up on what Mandrell was saying there because I thought it was a good point. I don't want to lose it.
Go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
Now, what Mandrell was talking about earlier, as far as, and I think it kind of is almost similar to the point that I made, was talking about you can be a leader in a lot of different areas, but a lot of times we think there can only be one, and that's part of our problem. It's almost like it's a lack mentality. Like if you think there is a lack, or that there's limited spaces at the top, then yeah, everybody's going to be in this mind frame where I got to knock the top guy off if I want to have anything, rather than thinking about an abundance where you can create your own mountain, you can create your own lane.
Right.
We don't think of it. So it's a lack mentality that's been bred into us, that we just think that, I got to knock this guy off for me to be there. And it doesn't have to be that way. If you think in abundance, then you should be able to, in your area and space, create your own lane, create your prosperity, create whatever. And at the end, if everybody thinks that way, again, then we can own the block. We can own the space, but we just don't think that way.
Do you understand, Mr. Bennett, that most people, they have too much goddamn investment into themselves in the flesh. They don't have the investment into what they do. You can never be bigger. You ever heard somebody say, I'm this ain't got nothing to do with me? In all essence, this shit don't have anything to do with us. We're supposed to make things better for the next folks that comes up. We're supposed to be working. This is where sacrifice comes in. We're supposed to be like the things that we're talking about right now. We may never ever even see a change. Now I got to disagree with what Dusto would say, that he say that it'll never, get better. I doubt it. Everything changes. It all changes. Shit implodes and explodes.
Not necessarily for the better.
Not necessarily. But here's the thing, though. Like going back to the males,
it doesn't matter if it's for the better. We all got.
It got to explode first. Then it can get better.
We all got a maximum of 113 years, a maximum of that. Most of us ain't gonna make it to 70.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what kind of genes you got, bro? Yeah, I ain't got that much time left.
What I'm saying is that we don't have a lot of time on this earth, so we have to understand. We have to understand that we have a very minute time on this earth. So it's really more about what we do and what we spark.
Yeah, speaking of sparking, you must be sparking that you must be smoking on that fountain of youth, man. Give me some, because you're talking about 113 years, man. Let me blaze on that. But
I just said the max. I said the max.
But back to the point, though, male. But here's the thing: one of those big issues is males versus men, right? So most men don't have access to their boys. Who are the boys being raised by? Women. I'm not saying women are bad. There's some outstanding women out there doing their best, but they can't. A woman can't make a man. You just can't. Right?
No,
they're doing their best, but they can't. But here's the thing. So all these males are coming up. And to Brother Bennett's point, which I agree with him, but we haven't addressed the jealousy and the envy that's tied in there. We haven't addressed the feminine that's in there. Right? We got these dudes out here. You talking about a greater cause. They don't give a shit about nothing but themselves. That's how they were raised. You know what I mean? I have to do, you know what I mean? So until that can be taken and sorted out, it used to be you can go into the military and get that, but you can't even get that shit now. You know what I mean? So we talking about things getting worse. Or it's gonna get a whole lot worse before it gets better.
Right. But go back to the source. Where is the jealousy and envy coming from? It all comes from fear. And a lot of that fear comes from a lack. If I give up I'm giving up something, if I cooperate with another man, I lose my spot if I cooperate with someone else. We can't do that cooperative economics that we talk about all the time because we're so fearful of losing it. That's where the jealousy and envy comes from. Because again,
but also it comes from that programming that the brother Mandrell was talking about and I was talking about. That's part of it as well.
100%. But if we keep thinking like this pyramid structure, like let's say like a Ponzi scheme or something, there's only a few guys at the top, then again, we're never going to be able to create those individual lanes that we all talk about. That Mandrell was talking about.
I want to get J Speed. I want to get J Speed in here. OG J Speed. What's going on, brother? Thank you for showing up. Now, what we haven't talked about, what we have, the fellas haven't mentioned yet, is that all the fear and the envy and jealousy of I'm going to lose something if I cooperate with a man. All that shit comes from the woman who's either gaslighting them, the woman they're screwing, who's gaslighting them into taking the top spot instead of being happy with number two, or their mothers who taught them that you ain't shit unless you're number one. Now, J Speed, why do black men tear down the strong among them? Or try to, really, because ain't no man's gonna tear me down. Fuck all of you.
Can y'all hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can. I'll kill every single one of you until I'm the last one left. Y'all ain't taking me out.
All right. I'm coming in. I'm coming in tonight just from listening to y'all discussion. I'm coming in.
This is my gray room right here, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Russian blue.
Yeah. Okay. Keep it away from the bottom part. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna hope that all praise is due to Allah. I'm coming in as Skill Muhammad. That's my religious name. Which
Skill
Muhammad? That's Skill Muhammad. ASKIA.
Skia. Okay.
Yeah. This is the way you take everybody on this panel have offered something positive to this conversation. And as we go on and go on and go on, we'll find out it becomes a circle. So the only way you break a circle open if you start asking questions. Now I'm gonna start with the toughest one on the panel tonight, and that gonna be Dusto. If we're not a community or if we're not a group, how did we get here as a whole?
Where is here?
Here in the United States of America. What makes us so unique than any other race on this planet and how we go about doing things? What makes us unique?
Slavery.
What? We were here before slavery, though.
Well, here, you want the truth?
Yes.
I don't know nothing about no history, and
I'm not even talking about history. I'm just saying, as a group,
but we're brought over
here. I'm trying to go back to slavery. I'm just saying, I'm asking the question now. For us to not to have a community, us to not have unity, us to be low on every scale from health to finance to everything else. I'm asking you, what make us unique?
We in a doggone country that we actually
I know about pussy. I know you know all the answers. I want to try to get
Dusto,
because he's the one who get.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, and I'm the most heartless one too. But
I'm gonna get to you, but I just want Dusto.
Oh, I thought you was asking around. But
what's the most?
I am. I'm coming around.
I don't know. I would say we're the ones that don't listen the most. We got the least fathers, but I mean, but from a history standpoint,
no, just from a standpoint today.
Today, the least fathers, and it's a matriarchy, the men following women. Kids are over there with the women, therefore they're following women.
Okay, men acting like women.
So all the races on this planet, other than us, have they shit together when it comes to fathers, even war or anything else.
Not together, but their percentage is way higher when it comes to fathers in the homes than us.
And I'm gonna ask you again, even from that perspective, how did that come about?
I guess what we said was the myth is that they knocked on the doors and kicked all the fathers out the homes.
No, I don't want the myth. I want your mind. I'm looking for your mind now, not nobody else. I'm listening to your mind now because you disbelieve a lot of stuff. So I'm asking you, how did we come about that number?
I don't know.
So if you don't know how we came about that number, how you can give any kind of reason why we're that way?
Because, okay, no fathers.
You can't have men over there. Think about what you just said now.
Huh?
Think about what you just said. You said you didn't know.
Yeah, because I can't tell you what happened in 1860.
No, I'm just saying. Let's just take the last 25 years. You say you didn't know how that came about.
Okay, what I was gonna say was the myth that said is they kicked all the fathers out the homes, but I know that's not true. So I can't say what did happen, and I wasn't there. I was born in 1980. This happened in the 60s, 70s, and whatever. Coming from 80 to the future, divorce, feminism, and black people bought into it first, or bought into it the hardest. 2022, every solution provided, they said no. So there's going to get worse. That's what I can say from what I see.
Okay, so about black people bought into it, then my next question is, how did health situation help then? How did we get in so better health if we eating the same food that everybody else eating in this country while we're on the lower pole of everything? So this is why I'm hitting every area now. How did that
because happen? Again, we're programmed.
I got him on the witness stand.
Okay, you're on the witness stand.
Yeah, you the judge.
I'm the judge. I'm not the prosecution. Here we go.
You go say
Justo, you're on trial officially.
Not really, because
yes,
I ain't doing what these people doing.
Order in the court. Justo, answer the question.
Answer the question. The direct question.
I'm in the courtroom now, right here behind me. Guilty. That nigga is guilty.
That nigga guilty.
Boy, that's funny.
What's the question about? You said we all eat the same food?
As everybody else. So why are we in such bad health?
Access to food in this country. How did a group of people who is not a group of people, or a community who's not a community, how did all of them end up in the same way, who just happen to have the same melatonin in their skin color? Normally, you want to call it, but it comes from melatonin.
Some people eat too much, and they eat too much junk, and they won't go to the gym.
And so all these other races, they up in that gym.
Ooh.
Actually, that one I can say. When it comes to women, I can say yes. The other races are up in that gym. And this,
we got over 90 million people here. Do they have enough gyms to hold all them people?
Yeah,
they do.
Most people ain't going. Hey, he said in terms of women now, prosecution. He said in terms of women in his area.
Hold on, Mel Joe. I got it, Mel Joe. Hold on. Objection, Your Honor. Go ahead and say sustained.
Sustained.
There you go. That was because he can't. You the judge. You can't be saying that shit. I'll object if needed.
Get in between. Go ahead, Mandrell.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Dusty, we waiting for it.
What? You're saying there's a lack of gyms? No, the gyms out there, and
let me just cut this off right now. This is a hostile witness, Your Honor, and I have no more use for him because he have made my point. See, we get up on these panels and we say what we don't know because we really haven't gave no thought to it. Of all the people on this planet, if a group of people that you say that don't exist are all moving in the same way, you have to ask yourself, how did they flock all these people to moving in that direction? Or how did this happen in the first place? And if you can't answer that question, all your solution is non-void. It ain't no damn good. First, you got to know what the problem is not because of your own experiences. You got to actually know what actual facts. What was the problem? How did you get here? That's the only way you solve anything, and this is why a lot of these panels goes in circle conversations because they never ask the real critical questions. If we're not unique and we just like every other human being, how is it do we always corral and into this one space when everybody else in this country live in the same rules, the same everything, but we're at the bottom and we're at the bottom of everything? How did that happen?
That's not.
No, I give you an answer. I give you an answer. The answer is just wave the white flag. Get who can and who will, and that's just going to be what it is.
I know
because there's no solution.
That's not the question. That's not the question or the answer. Because first, we're gonna always have to say, you know we had professors back in the 1700s.
Okay.
We actually had black professors in the 1700s.
Okay.
Yeah, but that shit don't matter today, man.
No, what I'm saying why it does matter is because when you say wave the flag, there's always gonna be success stories in the worst of us, in the worst of any people. It's gonna be always success stories. But when you have a group issue that is seem to be going in the same direction, you got to start asking them critical questions. How did this happen? No.
Mandrell, check the back chat. Mandrell, check the back chat.
Fucking
I disagree.
It doesn't matter
how it happened
anymore. The point is,
the point is that it did happen, and it's continuing to happen, and the people said no.
You have to make judgments and decisions based on what is. It doesn't matter why. Why got y'all caught up for 60 years? The biggest problem with the baby boomers is that you keep teaching Generation X and millennials.
Hold on for a minute. We ain't signing. Hold on for a minute. Let me, because we got a lot of people that done came in. Hey, big shout out to J. Ali, Shushu, and Mr. He said in the chat, man. Hey, do we and 5100? We already said something to him. But go ahead. I just
when you say so, before you get going down to that Martin Luther King's we ain't signing. Before you get going down through that avenue, the reason what you just said falls flat on its face. Nobody goes to the medical doctor and have some kind of virus or disease or whatever, and they're not trying to discover why it happened. See, you want to get past the point because you makes it not important because you really don't want to solve the problem. You solve any problem, you got to understand how it became a problem in the first place. And when
disagree.
you say stuff like it don't make any difference, I already know you're not into problem solving. You are
no. Let's be accurate.
I disagree.
I know you disagree because it goes along with your theory.
The point.
That's why I asked you the question. I went to the head person first. I went to the head naysayer first. Because I don't have to ask nobody else. If I ask the head naysayer, you can't answer the goddamn question. Nobody else on the damn panel can answer.
J. Street, if a person is sick and they go to the hospital and then the doctor prescribes a medicine and they say no, I don't want it. Don't give me the medicine. I'm not taking it. I'm not going to do whatever. It doesn't matter why they're sick. It almost doesn't matter how sick they are. They're going to die.
To make that medicine, the doctor had to discover what the essence of that disease. To come
root cause.
Make
get
that
as close to the root cause as they can.
Of that.
Yes.
Regardless if that person want to take it or not, he still knows the root cause. You up here trying to describe medicine and you don't know the root cause.
Okay, the root cause is slavery. Now what? They said no. They said we're not going to put families together and we're going to act out of control. Now what? No, here's the point. Let's say it was the man, or let's say it was feminism. Let's say it was jive turkey with no gravy in 1582. Regardless, there's men over there dusting and there's women over there wigging. And they said, this is what we're going to do. And the answer to anything, any solutions, we're not going to the gym. The men are going to act like women. They're going to flap wigs and raw dog out in the streets and keep reproducing all of these things and leaving them out here in the streets to break in your car. If that's what they said they're going to do, and you can't beat it into them, the only other solution is run. Lead them where they are.
What you just told me, you don't know the difference between a traumatized dog or a trained dog or a dog with knowledge. That's what you just told me.
Ones who will listen, work with them. If they won't, run.
You don't know the difference between a traumatized dog, a dog that's been trained, versus one having knowledge. Because that's what you just told me.
But brother J Speed, brother J Speed, if I may just jump in for a second, it sounds to me that brother Dusto was more on the triage kind of thing. He's like, you just land, all these people are dying, and you got to figure out which ones you can save, and you got to let the other ones go. That's what it sounds like to me. Correct me if I'm wrong.
My job is not they're gonna kill you. My job is to expose that shit and send them to the next goddamn station.
Wait a minute. My thing is not to be Captain Negro Saber. You know what I mean? That ain't why I'm asking him questions.
Okay.
The reason why I'm asking this question because too many of these panels go on and on about these instant solutions, and they don't really know what the damn problem is. And my thing is, if GM have a problem with their car leaking,
Who doesn't know what the problem is and why? Everyone here knows what the problem is and why.
I'm gonna tell you why.
To be honest, I don't really know what the problem is and why.
Me as a troubleshooter who worked for GM as a troubleshooter, in 1987 we had a car that leaks from the driver's side. We could have went in there and told them reseal the windows and all that and reseal again, but we had to find out what was the root cause of that. You know what the root cause was? At that time, the glue machine that was lacing the windshield was slacking up on the glue on the right-hand side. And what would happen is, once that car was sealed and you drive the car in different type of weather and the water would go in, it would go down there and it would tear up the electrical wires and make it rust out. So people would have a short. So people didn't know that. So me as a troubleshooter had to travel around, do all kinds of tests to figure out exactly why that car was having shorts and why that car was leaking. So when y'all
J-Speed just had a motherfucking point right there.
That y'all really don't have any when it comes to mindset of troubleshooting. Because anybody who said it don't matter.
You're right. I don't.
But this what I want to know. This what I want to know, Dusto. What did you mean by?
I'm gonna let you go.
Dusto, what did you mean by wave the white flag? That's what I want to know.
Here's the deal. I keep it simple. I'm not a research analytical dissecting the 1586. I can't work with all that. It's just no. Here's the deal. There's a dude over there who's fat. Man, I'm fat. Yeah. Hey man, let me show you how this. No. I'm done. Hey, that wig flapping in the wind. You're gonna get somebody's eye poked out with that woman. No, I'm strong and independent with 8 kids, and they're all piled up in the back seat, throwing gang signs. I ain't about to stick around and figure all that out. But there's some people you talk to that say, you know, you're right. Or sometimes there's some pushback, but there's a conversation that can almost actually be had. That's who I want to talk to. But it doesn't matter why in 1586, and I'm not going to go to him and say, well, actually,
no. You always use that. You always use that as your crutch. And you can't use that bullshit on me.
I'm saying, no, hear me out.
No, you always
all I'm saying is keep it simple.
That's what I'm just saying. I ask specific questions dealing with the now. I didn't say one thing about slavery. I ain't say nothing about the men of pastures or people who may be in bondage or people Jim Crowism or whatever. I ask you direct questions, bro.
Okay.
And that's why I said that. Your answer you just gave now was way better than the answer you gave at first, because you know what? If somebody don't want to listen, you're supposed to keep moving. Matter of fact, when I seen the 8 kids, I would have ran. I don't need a half a football team to let me know there's something wrong with her.
All right, just hear me out. Right there.
He don't need half a football team.
Half a football team.
Something wrong with her.
No, J-Speed.
Learning disabilities and shit.
No, J-Speed, these people are at Hurricane Katrina. These people are at Hurricane Katrina level. This ain't just some old wind blowing. It's Hurricane Katrina. They out of control. I don't have time.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, are you going to do something, or are you going to bleed to death?
If you fix something, and you don't know how it got broke from the beginning, you are really setting yourself up for failure again, because you have no clue how it got messed up. And even though you come and patch it up and make it look like it's good on the outside, the shit gonna fall right back to where it was, because
not
you
only
never
that,
really got to the root of
not only that, J-Speed, Dusto, okay, you wave the white flag, but do you have a plan going forward to the people that are willing to?
Absolutely.
Well, okay, what's your plan? That's what I was asking.
What's your money looking like? What's your body looking like? What you believe in? What's your plan? What's your discipline?
Get his ass out of here.
What's your discipline? Or do whatever you want to do. But no, here's the deal.
I do.
Maybe, OG, maybe I'm fit to work triage. Maybe that's who I am, and I just stay in that lane.
There you
I
go.
can't do research.
Now you hit it. Now you hit
I can't do research. I don't have the patience, and I really don't care that much.
Now you hit it.
I might be fit for triage.
Right.
I can't.
And if you
Just
fit for
know
triage, there's only certain conversation you fit in.
You're right. That's why there was a panel of dust.
There's only certain conversations you fit in.
No, here's the deal. There was a panel of dust earlier today. 8 kids. That's a lot of man. Oh, no, here's the deal. Oh, also, how can I say it? If you're building a hospital, don't you want to talk to the people who work triage? Even if you're building 5 hospitals, the person working triage should be a part of that conversation, as well as an ambulance driver.
Well, you want to say Hurricane Katrina, but if you got enough knowledge to know there's Hurricane Katrina, you ain't got time for too much goddamn talk. You know exactly what your position is and your triage, what you should be taking care of, the rules of engagement, and then you work from that perspective. Not to be getting into a bunch of Kumaya, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King goddamn panel that you're talking about shit that you really don't even have to care for or how it got that way. You want to deal with the triage. That's your
right. I'm trying to tell these people to bring these people to triage or evaluate the first symptoms. It's a dude bleeding to death from his throat, pulling up. Oh, the white man, yeah. First thing to do is ask him, hey, man, do you want to get help? But there's people pulling out the book and the dude bleeding to death. They're going back to 1826. They're going, and the dude never is saying, look, I don't want the help. I just want to complain. I just want to bleed. Just like today, there was a panel full of
children. I don't know you have any children.
Hey, so
and see, this is what children come.
Children is different.
No. I say this is why children.
Listen, y'all. Listen, hold on. For
go ahead.
So the thing is this: you guys actually are more on the same page than you even know. What Dusto was saying is that he ain't the goddamn dude to do the research.
Nope.
He the goddamn dude that's in the emergency. And that's basically what it is. He ain't trying to find out the root cause. All he's trying to do is get this motherfucker patched up and he can move along. What OG talking about, though, what OG is talking about is what we need to do as a community. Find out why are we in this position that we're in right now, right? We have to be able to do that. And that's each and every one of us to get an understanding, because right now, all you hear is people saying, I don't know what's going on with these kids. I don't know what's going on with the world. I don't know. They're just complaining and they're not doing anything that can actually say, okay, we can start from here, right? We can start from here because we understand where we came from.
But to OGs.
And a lot of us don't care. And it's one generation after the next generation after the next generation. One of the things that I've seen in my 50 years of being on here and observed was that as the generation goes along, the less that they care about where they come from.
But to OG's point,
and it gets worse.
But to OG's
I'm older and I don't care.
Well, and that's fine. But to OG's point though, why does everybody have to be in the same room?
They don't.
If he wants to be, if Dusto wants to, but you are. Because if you want to be in the triage space, again, you can create a space for that and a platform for that, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of people who would certainly buy into that and be fine with it. But if
he'll get a lot of pushback.
But if people want to, because everybody wants to be in everybody's room. Right. I'm saying if you have people who want to get together to have a collective conversation, if there's a majority of men here who think of this idea of community, or people, or however you want to call it, or if there's a systemic, or if there's something that's happened to us collectively and we want to have that conversation, then let us have the conversation. But then if you're going to say there is no community, I don't know how that, I don't see. So everyone's stuff gets messed up. Dusto can't do what he does. We can't do what we want to do. Or we're envious of one another, saying like, no, there has to be a singular thought process that everybody has to be on. And I'm saying there's room for Dusto in that space. And again, most of the men on here, as I said to you a couple of weeks ago, Dusto, most people here agree that your solutions are correct. No one's saying that there's anything wrong with getting your health right and getting your finances right and getting your all that stuff is no one's pushing back on that. But if that's an area that you want to focus on, I'm saying then focus on. But why can't there be room for everybody? But everybody wants this. Everybody wants, there's a limited space at the top. and we're competing for ideas in the same room, and we're arguing with each other in the same room, thinking that there has to be one thing there has to be one answer. And everybody else is either nonsense or garbage. You don't know what you're talking about. We put so much time on this. There should be room for everybody. And in these spaces, there should be different conversations that everyone's having. And no one should feel fear or envious that my platform is going to be compromised in some way because someone is having another conversation elsewhere. No, if you want a triage or no one can talk to you, yeah, you need to go to Dustin. That's the room for you. And we'll send them to you. Absolutely, they should go to you, but there shouldn't be this debate in the room that we have to have everyone having the same mindset. I just don't understand where that comes from.
But you know what? I can answer that question though. And the thing is, me and Jay Speed, and we talk.
Yes.
Jay Speed actually helps me with triage. That's the thing. That's one thing. The thing is that I'll try to express is this: the people are younger, they are more emotional, and their logic is way lower than you think it is. And even when these people you're talking to them about history, they're only connecting emotionally and becoming and thinking more like victim. Like some of the messages that are going in are really not going in that you may think they are. And I believe, or I could be wrong, because I'm still trying to figure some of this out as far as communication. I believe there are the simple things versus the holistic thing that need to be talked about. The simple. Just like there was a conversation had about health, and I couldn't even and I'm a healthy person. I couldn't even understand half the conversation. Nothing to criticize it, but the thing that should have been said to simplify it is everybody who's listening, focus on doing one thing this week. One, do this one or this one. Eat strawberries, drink water, or go to the gym and just be there for an hour.
I don't do that. I don't do that, Dusto.
No, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just talking about ways. And I wasn't saying it was about you, though, right, since you said it.
I see what you're saying, though.
What I'm saying is information. A lot of people are not ready to receive information. They're lacking more direction and are lacking simplicity as well as emotional stability.
But and I would like to add this, though.
I want to add
hold on, y'all, because we got somebody in here. Hold on, OG. We got my man 5100 CJ up in this.
CJ from the 5100 podcast. DL, that's another one you want to check out. Yeah, that's another one you might want to check out, man. Those guys doing big things. Yeah, those guys doing big things over there, man. For real.
I get over there.
That interview with what's that goofball Charleston White?
Yeah,
they interviewed him and everything, and that went.
That's what me and you can agree on, Mandrell.
Wow,
he's a fucking goofball. He's a fucking goofball.
He's the best troll in the history of America.
Best troll in the world, but he's still a goofball.
Sorry, nobody out trolls me. I'm number one across all platforms.
I want to
say everybody trying to knock everybody off. See, it's either got to be him or Dusto. It can't be the two. Everybody, that's it. Everybody wants to knock him off. Just the fact that number one, Dusto got all upset. No, I'm the number one.
The black community right here.
Somebody can out troll me. I want to learn.
It's all about outdoing somebody.
Order. Let brother CJ talk.
Now, CJ from the 5100 podcast.
What's wrong with the black community right here? Niggas want to talk.
What's wrong with us? We can't get right.
Now, CJ from the 5100 podcast. Okay, y'all excuse his vernacular and cadence. He's from Memphis. You can't help it.
There go another black man tearing out.
I'm not taking. I'm giving him a disclaimer. Shout out to the information man. How you doing, sir? Give him that old timey thing. Admin.
Oh yeah.
Stop the rap and listen to me. God walked down to the branded sea. He declared that he was the central man, and then he decided to destroy the land.
That's right. Now, CJ,
that's my guy right there, bro.
Yeah. now, CJ from the 5100 podcast. The question of the night and the topic of the night is, why do black men tear down or try to tear down the strong among them? Why is this when they know they're not strong and they can't do what the strong guy does because it's too chicken shit to do what it takes to become strong? Why do they hate on people who are intelligent? Okay, why do they hate on people who speak the King's English? I don't understand this. I can operate in either room, any room on the planet, but I get hate and pushback. You're not black enough. You know what I'm saying? You talk white.
I agree
that bullshit. You know what? And when I slap the tongue out the mouth, I'm the one who's wrong. I don't understand this.
Mandrell, when is CJ gonna get to talk? Goddamn.
I know, bro.
That's what I'm doing.
I don't understand.
Right. Now, CJ from the 5100 podcast, we got people like JT's partner, Rob, who puts idiocy in the chat, talking about children are the answer when he knows full well most of you.
Hey, man, get on my goddamn.
Hold on. If I may finish, and I'm almost done.
Thank you.
When he knows that most of you degenerate niggas don't deserve to have kids because you can't raise them worth a goddamn. Now, go ahead, CJ. Answer the question. I know you ain't talking J Speed. After the tirade you went on just a minute ago.
Don't get him started, bro. Damn.
Putting people in the hot seat and everything. God damn.
Go ahead, CJ. Why do black men tear down the strong among them?
Because they're going to escape.
What?
Because they're escaping.
From what?
The black community.
Who's escaping from the black community?
The men that are wise, the men that are strong, the men that are leaders.
Okay, shouldn't
now you know what we say over here. There is no black community.
That is true.
Right. Here's the thing, though. Okay, CJ, we're gonna require elaboration. There's no way I should have to ask you these many fucking questions. I didn't have to do this all fucking night.
Answer nothing since I've been here. God damn it.
Well, then I asked you a question. I answer it and get your shit out.
I was about to elaborate, but your little vagina had ass won't.
Then elaborate. Hurry up, goddamn, spit bitly.
All I hear is Mandrell.
That's exactly, nigga. I ain't even said, but said words.
Don't listen to these haters, man. They trying to tear down the strong among them. That's what they're doing.
Can we start with you?
That's what they're doing, Mandrell.
Yeah, they trying.
Nah, but for real,
that hat so tight on his head. I bet if you take it off, it got wrinkles under
there. See, don't listen to that. He's a professional stand-up comedian.
Nah, but for me though, I think it's because they see a person that can achieve what they can achieve. I don't think it's usually based off of I'm trying to get your position. I think it's usually based off of I'll never be able to get to that position. So I'm just gonna hate on you and hope that you fail. It's really what it is, and I think it comes from the crab in the bucket mentality for sure. But we should never be in a fucking bucket with boiling water in the first place. So that's another thing. But I think that's what it is. I think we look at people that's doing better than us, and instead of seeing it as motivation, we see it as down talking us. But another part of that is a lot of these guys get in their position and flex on you too. See, we always talk about the low man on the totem pole, but we don't talk about what the guy at the top is actually doing. I've experienced it in my jobs and shit like that. When guys get a position, they start to switch up on you.
I talked about that earlier. Yeah, you're right.
So that's
absolutely.
That's my thought.
Yep, I said I was talking about that at the beginning. How again you're on top, and it becomes rather than the inspiration that got you there. Now you're in the position of power. Now it becomes about keeping what you have. It's like you don't want to allow other voices to come up top because you're just about maintaining rather than building. With that on the come up you were building, now you just want to maintain and crush everybody else.
That was my answer, Mandrell. You could talk for 75 minutes if you want to.
Please don't let him talk. God damn it. Somebody else say something.
All that crazy shit we went through between Dusto and J Speed. And y'all on me?
Hey, look, man.
And J Speed and Dusto, like y'all, I think some of y'all take Dusto too seriously, man.
Yeah, right. These jokers, they needed to be in the ring tonight.
Hey,
damn.
Hey, everybody, Dusto, me, him talking.
Mandrell, who you got?
No, I actually learned from J Speed. We had a very productive conversation.
J Speed, I'm scared of J Speed.
J Speed got the experience.
His name is Sam Light.
I ain't gonna box his
name is Sam Light.
Hey, but
anyway.
Hey, but real talk though, we talking about all this, man. It's funny when we had these panels and we hear this conversation throughout this side of YouTube, this side of the internet, and we all know what the issue is, don't we? Right? It's these young boys becoming males instead of men. That's what it boils down to. We all know what it is. All this other stuff is just fluff, man. It's smoke and mirrors, man. It's how the 1% move. I ain't mad at them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get on that team. You feel me? But We need to talk about that. I was on Suzette Speaks show some days back. You know what I mean? And shout out to her. She celebrated her 1 year anniversary last night. So shout out to her. She's doing good stuff over there. But she was talking about how she was on the football field, right? And she's in, she's in a place where the young ones, like, she's in a football state. You feel me? So she's like on the football field, listening to the coaches talking to these young boys the way we men understand what it is. Like, it's old school. They down there, it's just the real deal down there. And she was like, "Oh, you're being too tough." I mean, brother Black Man, he got video of him as the coach trying to get these young boys ready to be men, but the mamas are running out there putting on their gear. The mamas are running out there doing this, doing that, and the third. The mamas are doing this. Nothing against that, ladies. I'm not against y'all ladies, but that's not how you raise a man. That's how you raise a male. We all know what the problem is.
Give a disclaimer when you say that. That's just, ain't that funny?
But it's real talk though, because you hey man, like I said, I don't mind the smoke, but it's like I'm not looking for the smoke. Trust me, when I want the smoke, I'll let you know. Now I'm talking about
I agree with you. I ain't like
right,
but I'm saying even with you still gonna get it.
Hey, Mandrell, you can tell when a brother don't went in and tune his mic up, get that broadcasting like voice come there. He loves hearing himself come off that mic. You know, he sounds nice and crisp.
Hey, but the road is naturally.
He's up at nighttime, tuning in, taking out the bass, putting in this right there, putting in that. See, he think I don't know. I started off in this shit in 1976. I know when a mic has been doctored up a little bit, but you sound good, brother. You sound good.
Yeah, that was the first mic they ever invented.
1976. They just had.
And you know what though? You know what though, J Speed? You and DL both are stand-up comedians.
Oh yeah,
both of you. That's what I like. Yeah,
man. I ain't messing with the OG tonight, man. My stand-up is different. I ain't messing with the OG.
I guess he stayed focused.
I'm just saying, OG didn't have no microphones, man. He was that dude out there with the big megaphone and the long rah, sis spoon bar. He was like, go get him. Yeah. That motherfucker was out there with the first.
I made everybody hear me out of everybody hear cup. Y'all ain't never did that before. Make a string and cup, make a microphone.
The brand of the first microphone he had was microphone.
Yeah,
that was the brand, CJ.
No record player, and I made a microphone out of that big old damn thing, round thing.
Microphone.
Man, look, brother OJ. Hey, look, brother J Speed was at Mike's house. I know Mike. Y'all call him microphone, but I know Mike. He was in the basement with that nigga. Help me put them together, but put them together.
No, J Speed had to tell a joke. He had to tell a joke to the crowd. Then they had to lean back and tell it to the people in the back so they could hear it.
All right. Y'all, I see y'all getting y'all shoes all shit and kicking the shit off of it. Right?
Hey, look here, man. Don't start none, won't be none, OG. Hey, look. Don't start none, won't be none. We airborne over here, baby.
Oh, I know.
Get some.
Yeah, get some, baby.
Get some. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this because I gotta go and make sure everybody got their medication. But think about what I'm finna say right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have these conversations, and these conversations to me, when I be hearing them, sometimes it reminds me of when a scientist and a person who's real spiritual and religious come together and have a conversation. At the end of the conversation, neither one knew. At the beginning of the conversation, both was the same. You can't have religion without having science, and you can't have science without having religion. But when I say religion, I mean spirituality. I don't mean any man-made religion. I'm talking about you can't have one without the other. Because science is, it as good as it is now, and tomorrow we may know something different than we thought today. Religion is the same.
It's based off a theory.
Shout out to the James Webb Telescope.
So what I'm trying to say is, when we have these conversations, we got to understand exactly what our objective is. And our objective is, somebody said it earlier, our children. And believe it or not, we want to laugh about it. Back in the day, that's what men used to do. If you think about most of all the revolution type men and all the guys who had this pro-black and all the guys who was I'm black and proud and all that stuff, they used to actually go to college campus and speak to young adults coming up and go to high schools and speak to it. I don't see much of that. I don't think they're even allowed anymore because we're so political correct now that we can't say anything outside the forces around us. But I think that's what we as men, just like the coach, unfiltered, unfiltered, the things he do with his son. I see him in conversation with his son while he's riding around in the car. And he go to, and so I think we're gonna have to get back to the people that is important, and that's our children, because that's our future. And we might not be able to see it, but we know we put it into a gear where it can go forward. Some of us, we ain't gonna never change. I ain't gonna never change. Dusto probably never change his way. Mandrell, his head's gonna never get small.
Change the tank
He's
top
always gonna be big. So there's certain things in life that's never gonna change. So
hey, brother J Speed, man. Hey, that's real talk though, brother J Speed.
What we can do is change, try to train our future before we have to retrain them. See, it's harder to retrain somebody versus training them right from the beginning.
Yeah, you can't teach an old dog new tricks and think
that's right.
They're gonna get it right off the rip.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
And so when we understand that,
okay.
when we understand that lesson, if you're a swimming coach, try to get somebody who never swam before, and then you can teach them the right stroke. Versus trying to change somebody who have learned to do it the wrong way, spending too much time doing it that way. We're going to always have these secular conversations where we disagree, agree. But in the end of the day, if we're not trying to reach our children, we're failing.
But I want to say this. Okay. Let me say this. I want to say this right here.
Hold on. No cap. Let me.
Yeah, I had a question for J Speed.
And we have to introduce our new guest.
Admin, right. Admin, please put my partner's his post back up. What we know podcast, what he just said, I put in there. But go ahead, Mandrell.
Yeah, I want to introduce my boy Westside Kulik. Westside Kulik, thank you for joining the conversation, my brother. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, we're having a good conversation. Yeah, no problem. We're having a good conversation here tonight.
Yeah. Freezy had something though, real quick, didn't he?
Okay,
yeah.
Let my nigga do the introduction.
It's obvious that there's been an agenda to divide so-called black people across the nation for a number of years, and it actually plays out in the media, on radio, and in these spaces. And the goal is, that's why this is a great conversation, because we're trying to come together under one roof, under something. You understand what I'm saying? And it's, for some reason, it's been very hard to do that. But I know Mandrell and several others, they don't even believe in religion, but that's okay, right? But even with one thing that white people have been able to do successfully under this umbrella called America, okay, there are different sectors of people in America, such as, we always talk about the LGBT community. Then you got, the feminists, and you got such, right? But they was able to establish this agreed upon set of rules called the Constitution. One nation under God. Whether you're an atheist or not, you still go by that memorandum. And they were able to successfully implement that amongst a whole nation of people. So when it comes to black people, I think the biggest problem is we don't have common ground, a common core set of values. Because to be truthful, how can you walk together if you don't agree? You know what I'm saying? And and one thing I did want to know is the brother Kanye West. I just found out he's the richest black man in America. I didn't know that. I didn't even know he was worth 11 billion.
Yes.
But now a lot of you guys might not agree with his notion that the blacks are the real Jews. But even if you don't agree with that, I think what he's been trying to accomplish is this. He's been trying to wake black people up and understand that, listen, we need our own bylaws. We need our own common core set of values and rules, and move by that instead of being blinded by the way of white America that we've been under for so many years, and that we've bought into. And just like Dusto said, wave the white flag too as well. That, to me, that's the only way I see black people coming together. We don't have to actually listen. We don't. This is what I'm saying. Everybody does not have to wear the same colors, right? but there has to be some type of neutral ground between all of us that we agree on, and that's been the hardest thing to accomplish.
And that's real talking. Before Jay Speed, brother Jay Speed, are you leaving? Is Jay Speed said he leaving?
Yeah, he said he had to.
Yeah, he said yeah.
Ah, damn it!
I had a question for him.
Yeah, well, he's gone, and now we have Westside Cooley here. Westside Cooley. Topic of the night is why do black men tear down the strong among them?
Well, much respect to y'all, Mandrell, the panel here, the chat room, the channel. Much respect to y'all and all that. Almost this self-identity, knowing about your identification, knowing who you be, knowing about your lineage, knowing about your bloodline is very critical in any man's, whether it be a so-called white person, so-called black, a Latino, Asian, whatever you want to call these people out here nowadays. If you don't know who you are as a man, you will definitely be out here wishy-washy and saying crazy shit and not knowing who you be. Anybody can make money. Anybody can be rich. But can you build a lineage? Can you build a structured environment to make sure your family, your women, your children are protected based off your land and identity? And we don't understand about where we're actually from. So we're just lost people out here with our heads cut off like chickens. So that will be my answer. If you don't know who you be, you're going to be crazy as fuck. And a lot of us don't know.
I disagree.
That's cool. I mean, you're supposed to do that. But Kanye was saying things about, the Jews and all that kind of stuff, being the original Jews and stuff like that. That's true. But people need to know we're not of African descent. We're not genetically African either. But Kanye has been dropping gems. I know Mandrell. I know you can't stand him and stuff like that.
Not just Mandrell, brother.
Okay, that's okay. You too. But we got to look at what doors are opening for us that can actually help us, as opposed to it being.
Hold on for a minute, Westside.
Okay, where we at here?
Man, just stick a pin in that right there. You can take it down, but stick a pin in that right there. We'll come back to that. Go ahead, Westside.
So there's doors opening for us to actually help us, and I'm not worried about it being the right person or whatever like that. Is Kanye saying everything correctly? No, he's not. But in terms about who's owning this industry, who's owning the media,
right,
and stuff like that, I'm glad he's saying that, and it's true, and he's saying nothing wrong. I mean, you got these Nazi Zionists out here saying that he's talking about hate crimes and he's promoting violence. He's not been promoting violence. He's talking about owning us. He's talking about who's using us off our demise, and people are saying that's hate. And I mean, I don't know if we got different ears here or something like that, but that's a good thing he's doing that. But what I'm saying is, as men, let's go in there and utilize Kanye's good part of what he's saying, and let's build our environment and take it back.
And also, would we agree that Kanye is one of the strong men that we're talking about?
Fuck no.
No, he's a wealthy guy, but
he's wealthy, but he is weak as shit.
Y'all done got Mildred going.
No, free.
Turn these off, man. You yelling again, boy. I done told you about that, boy.
Here we go. Kanye West is
hold on. Yeah. Right quick.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm gonna let y'all get to it, but let me say
Kanye
this.
is as weak as wet.
Hold on. Let me just say this right quick.
It's a good conversation, though.
And this is what I'm doing. I'm building this ain't got nothing to do with you right now, Mandrell, but it does. I'm building a show that talks about our status as black people.
Mm-hmm.
Westside Kolik, man. I would love to have you on that show, brother.
Definitely.
I would love that. I got a couple other people that I want, and listen.
You don't want me up there.
Stay where he at until. But this is the thing I know about my brother Mandrell.
Obviously,
if you could start showing this guy some other things, he eventually will. He may not agree with it, but he'll understand it. Right now, Mandrell does not. My man DL Saint doesn't. But we have to have this status first. We have to have this status show, and I would love for you brothers to come on this show, man, so we can actually talk about the real shit that a lot of us don't know nothing about. And just hearing your speech, bro, I know that you know a lot more about it than probably I do. And we need to get on there. And I'm gonna get with you.
That's why I invited him up here.
Yes. And brother JT, absolutely. You know I'm on, man. And like for brother Westside, and we had this conversation a few days ago. And again, my question still stands. Help me see it. When we're talking about Kanye, I'm not disagreeing with what you said, brother Westside. I'm not. My problem is it's coming from a dude that I'm not sure understands what the fuck he's saying.
He doesn't.
That's my problem with it. I don't think
because y'all looking for this is the thing. You're looking for the answer. You're looking for the conclusion.
No. I'm looking for. I want to know. Like, listen.
Have y'all paid attention to all of his interviews?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
You ain't paid attention.
Man, look,
Yes,
bro,
I am.
for real. And I'm here to tell you.
You ain't paid attention.
Listen. Not only have I done that, but it's really difficult to get through that shit. I'll do it again. Listen. Please help me understand. I get the messaging. There's some stuff in there, but there's a lot of fucking crazy shit there too. So I can't. You see what I mean? You have to weigh the source. I'm looking at the source. Kanye's out of his fucking mind. This has nothing to do with just hating on the brother, nothing like that.
Yeah, we gotta have a really good show.
That motherfucker needs some help, bro. He needs somebody.
We gotta have a show about
somebody. And I asked a question on the other day. I asked a question. We asked everybody, if you were the person Kanye listened to, would you let him say most of the shit he's saying? And most people on the panel was like, "No, hell no, I wouldn't let him say most of that shit."
I would. I'm gonna tell you why. See, this is the problem. They don't do this to white people. Like, okay,
yes, they do. They lock them up in the fucking rubber rooms.
Listen. Albert Einstein was a cokehead, and they said he was crazy as hell.
So is Sigmund Freud.
And dyslexic.
Listen. We gotta stop this, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, I just call out a true stat. This dude is the wealthiest black man in America. This dude is worth $11 billion, and y'all calling this dude crazy?
Here's the thing, Freezy. None of that. Hold up. Here's the thing, Freezy. Nobody gives a fuck. Your money. No. Here's the thing. No. Yes, simple. Let me explain. Let me qualify my statement, and then I'm gonna introduce my man that I ain't seen in like 6 months. Oh no, you gonna answer this? Where the fuck you been, Brian Jehovah?
And anyway, but where you getting that stat from, Freezy?
Here's the thing. He is worth $11 billion. That's a fact. He is.
I just looked it up. There's $2 billion here, so I don't know where.
$2 billion. There we go. $2 billion.
Where's that? But I don't know the stats. I know he's a billionaire, but $11 billion. He's richer than Michael Smith.
You know what? That's a good question, Mr. Bennett. He himself said it on Drink Champs that he was worth $11 billion.
Trump said he's worth $10 billion, and we know he's not. So
let me finish. I was surprised too myself, but it is still a real fact that he's the richest black man in America. That's a fact.
But based on what? I can look up Michael W. I can look at Michael Smith, and he's listed as the richest African American man. I can look at him. And there's one other who's also on that list. Where's Kanye succeeding him there? Or where you look at Forbes 400? Where we citing this from?
Yeah, because you got
coming from him, you can't go by that.
You got Robert Smith at according to Forbes, you got Robert Smith at $4.4 billion. You got some dude named Michael Indigua. I don't know who that is. $9.9 billion.
$9 billion.
Oprah. Okay, that's fine. Oprah.
It's a great point. We can't even argue it right now unless we got.
We got the stats right here.
I'm reading your stats right now. Oprah.
No. I'm saying we can't actually.
But this goes
exactly. That is.
But this goes to my point. This goes to my point. Yay! Why are you saying stupid shit like that if you're not gonna put the receipts out there? This goes to my point. We gotta weigh the source. Why even say that shit, Yay?
It, bro. Listen,
he said it. Didn't he say it on Drink Champs?
He did.
No.
Forbes says no. Kanye West is not the richest black person in America. I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
Listen, that, bro. Listen, y'all.
There's different tabloids that none of
us know.
Obviously, we do know, JT. Stop saying that. I'm looking.
Whoa. Let's hear Freezy. Let's hear Freezy. Y'all calm down, moderators. Let's hear Freezy. The host over here fighting. Let's hear Freezy real quick.
Listen, obviously there's different publications out because I'm looking at Google right now, and and several of them do have him listed as the richest black person in America.
I'm on Google now. It's saying here $2 billion. That's
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Hold on.
That's what I'm looking at.
But this is the point. This is the point I'm trying to say. I thought it was 1.8. I thought it was 1.8 billion myself. Right. Okay. But then, the 11 billion. He said 11 billion. But then I looked up on. I was researching this stuff. Some publications have him listed as, the richest African American in United States. Some don't. But
what publications?
But hold on. Here's the thing. We getting off track here. We're smoking mirrors.
No, it's not. No, hang on. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if we're going to have if all of us going to have an intelligent conversation, we have to be working with the right data and facts. We can't be all over the place on this stuff.
Hold on. Wait. Right. This is the point. whether he is or he isn't. The man is still worth billions of fucking dollars.
We can agree he's a billionaire. Can we do that? We can agree he's a billionaire.
So let's not argue. Let's not argue. Let's not argue amongst billionaires because I'm far from that shit.
Hey, it's a bot in the
made an
chat.
assertion that because he is,
There's a bot in the chat. Somebody get that bot in the chat.
That made that was your precept before you made your statement.
But let's let that go for a second, brother Bennett. Let's let that go just for a hot second. I just want to say two quick things. First of all, just the fact that he's a billionaire. We can all agree he's a billionaire.
Yes.
Fucking hard to do. We can all agree to that. First fact. Second fact, and this is for Brother Westside. Brother Westside. Do you see where I'm coming from when I say you got to weigh the source? You see how much smoke came from just this one data point that came from Kanye, because I throw Kanye and Donald Trump in the same fucking rowboat. And Brother Westside, that's why I put them in the same rowboat. I'm not saying they're the same person, but they got the same fiery bullshit rhetoric that comes out their mouth. I don't know what's true and what's not, and I can't verify it with facts. Brother Westside, what would you say to me with having said that?
Well, I mean, this is how I live my life with stuff like that. I don't believe a lot of stuff the Nazi Zionist media puts out there. They're supposed to have you all scrambling and talk about things that are farces or truth or whatever like that. My thing is, what door is being opened through Kanye or through his ancestral realm is what I'm looking at. I'm not worried about who it is, but what doors are opening for us right now so we can have a better life. I mean, I don't know if people are understanding my point there, but I'm not worried about.
I do. I can get behind that. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Doors. I mean, currently right now, I'm in this audio field, if you will. So I am seeing certain doors opening based off even this conversation.
But is that Holly woke, or is that Kanye, or is it a conversation? I mean, is it a combination of the two? Because I'm in the same realm. I got people asking me for all kind of shit that I couldn't get a phone call on now, and I'm getting into the room. So I get you. Is that
right?
You're putting that on Kanye, whereas I'm putting it on Holly woke, or is it a combination of the two? Is it one and the same?
Well, you got to tell me what Holly woke means, because I don't know what that means.
The whole woke movement, when they want the alphabet crew, they want blacks, they want anything that's not a white man. They want producers, they want writers, they want actors, they want stories that aren't the typical Hollywood story. You know what I mean? If you can make Forrest Gump a transsexual, that's Hollywood. If you can make, you know what I mean? Like if you can make, you feel where I'm going with it. So is that.
I got you. I would say even more than that. And how, my folks will tell me how you walk in the room is how you end up out the room. So if you go in the room like a clown, that's how you're gonna be. So I've never walked in a room like that, but I do hear what you're saying. But me, I've always challenged, just like Kanye. I go, who's owning this media? Who's owning the chessboard? And finally, somebody with enough media attention, enough power in the media is actually doing that. We could have had this stuff nipped in the bud a long time ago, but you had a lot of, if you will, pussyfied men that don't want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? They get a piece of change, they get them a wife, or whether it be white, black, whatever the hell they're doing nowadays. And then they just live their life. But Kanye doesn't have to do any of this shit he's doing. Here's my point right here. And this is going to sound spooky, but his ancestors and our ancestors here are speaking through him, because the white, or if you will, the Nazi Zionists, their time has been up. And according to who? Elijah Muhammad, he said, and again, I'm not into the Nation of Islam, but he did say this in the early 90s. The white inferiority complex should have been over back then, but we upheld it. We kept continuing their power source. This shit could have been done. And through our identification and who we are, we should be owning these fucking casinos that these damn $5 Indians have. We should have our land back. We should have these businesses. And I'm for reparations, but I want my land back first. You know what I'm saying? I want my stock back in these goddamn companies that basically used up off of slavery and all that kind of stuff. We should have been had this shit done. So Kanye is nothing but back to the future, if you will. So I look at it like this: I'm standing on his shoulders and utilizing him so we can do better, whether I like him or not. This is
all right. I'm 80% there. I'm 80% there. I can't wait to get on Brother JT's platform so we can finish this conversation.
Gotcha. All right, Dilson. Thank you very much. Now Westside Cooley brought some good points. Going to go to Brian Jehovah. Westside Cooley, Brian Jehovah. Long time no see, brother. My door is always open. Okay, you know that. Okay, you know it's full contact over here. Just don't get us demonetized. That's it. That's all I ask. All right,
nah,
but you know,
man.
because we want to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
we need
most
resources and
definitely.
shit. All right. The Westside Cooler said Kanye's doing everything the right way, except apparently after you get the money, marry.
He
a
didn't
black
say
chick.
that, Mandrell. He didn't say that.
Hold on. Except marry a black chick after you make $1 billion. Now you become a multimillionaire. He went and married an Arab. Okay,
JT is right. JT is right. You got fucked up intros, brother. Come on now, Airborne.
Yeah. Gotcha. Now, Brian Jehovah, Kanye West.
Good night, people.
The minstrel later. The Kanye West, the minstrel, the living walking minstrel show. Okay, because he is a minstrel show. He's nothing more than white man in blackface, in my opinion. Now, sir, what say you, Brian Jehovah? You gonna follow this Kunosaurus? Okay.
I agree with my brother. I agree with everyone. I just heard bits and pieces from everyone. I do agree with everyone's point of view. I understand everyone's point of view, but I went West Side about the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Like the ancestors speaking through him, but at the same time,
a buffoon.
He still being kind of buffoonish. But anyway, but listen, man, Dre, I just came on here to speak to your brother, man. I ain't seen you in a while, man. I just had to show you some love and support. And this is my first time seeing you on YouTube, man. I just was laying. I said, "Oh man, that was my boy right there." So I just want to speak to you. But all the brothers on here, man, even though the opinions might differ, but I do agree with everyone on here. But Westside, the brother that's next to me, I agree with what he was saying. Most definitely, I do kind of feel that Kanye is all over the place. Couple things I don't like is just the Candace Owens thing. Like he hang with Candace Owens.
Yeah, the Candace Owens. I don't like that either.
Yeah. But certain things that Kanye is saying, and what he said about the 90s, how we had an opportunity to take everything back that was supposed to be owed to us. We dropped the ball then, but I think now with all these black men that's on this channel right now, as I'm listening to them, even though they have different opinions and stuff like that, but I'm just seeing just how stronger we are right now compared to it was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I think every black man on this channel has the same lane and the same route in order to save the black community. You know what I mean? So I love where we're going. I love the direction where we're going as black people. I'm seeing the change out here, man. Working with the kids, I'm seeing the change with my men. I just love it, man. But what Westside said, man, I humbly agree with it. But anyway, hey, listen, I'm gonna be back on, man. I just had my root canal, so I'm a little sober. Mandrell.
Gotcha.
Mandrell, man.
Take a pill for me, bro. Take one for me.
Appreciate you, Brian, man. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but salute to you black men on here, though, man. Y'all keep just speaking the truth, man. Even though different opinions, once again, but I agree with everyone. I'm talking about everyone, what y'all saying. But Westside just touched on the spiritual aspect of, so. But anyway, y'all men be safe, man. Mandrell, good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you too, man. Thank you for coming.
Man. I love your brash. I love how you be talking crazy. And I see you got a little more professional on here a little bit now.
No, he didn't. God damn, this more professional?
Yeah.
I'll be damn. He didn't have to do me like that either. Tell black man I still love him.
Okay, no problem. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah. Yeah, because I wanted to say something too, but go ahead.
Okay, I pulled up a Forbes publication, and they even listed him as the richest black man in America. But Forbes, through their own estimates, they retracted that from their own calculations. But it is true that he was listed as the richest black man in America across the board. But Forbes was saying they're not going to give him that credit because a lot of that was off of his projected sales through Yeezy. And they said they don't count that. They're not going to count what.
No. You can't count projections because you don't have that.
But here's the thing, though.
Wait. Child support, goddammit.
No,
but we left. Yeah, exactly. With child support, they do fuck. But we left that alone, right? He's a billionaire. Let's leave it there. Let's just leave it there.
I got you.
Well, I just wanted to get him, man. His little,
Got you. No problem. But hold on. Fuck Kanye. He's a jigaboo. That's all.
I'm not co-signing with all that. I ain't co-signing with all that. Goddamn.
Listen, I'm saying it, and that's why I asked Westside Cool It, because listening to him, Big Mike Drop, and Noble from the World Class. All right, now these are guys who after talking to them, like, okay, they might be able to change my perspective because they're seeing this at a different angle. I like to talk to people who don't think the exact same way I do. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I surround myself with people who see things. We're heading to the same destination. They just have a different vantage point. You know what I'm saying? And I need people like that in my circle. I think everyone needs people in their circle like that. Because you learn from it.
Cool. You got a nigga in your circle right now. I'm about to challenge your ass.
Brian Jehovah.
What is it that makes him a coon?
Let's not even go down there, man. No, let's leave that. We talked about that a few days ago. Let's leave that for now. Let's leave that for now.
Okay. I have a point. My point is this, JT. Once you do everything you can to make black people look stupid, you get up there and you talk about kill my kids. You talk about her having an abortion, something nobody knew about, and you come out there. That sounds like a choice. You were slaves, and then you say, and then you come out there. Harriet Tubman did not free any slaves. She just sat there. Here's the point. Here's the point. What I'm saying. This is why I lean more so towards what dirty folks are saying. Right? Kanye, he's right about a lot of stuff that he says. He just simply doesn't know why. And here's the thing. I'm not mad at him for saying the stuff. I applaud him for it because that's some shit I would do. You give me $1 billion, fuck all of y'all. Okay? You can't. There ain't nobody. Here's the thing. No. I know. If I earn $1 billion, you can't tell me shit. I am gonna call out the little hat people. I am gonna say this, but it's up. Hold on. I'm articulate and. Okay, the difference is I'm articulate and intelligent enough to articulate these things in a way that people can understand it. Kanye is not that. He's an. The thing is that
you're looking for him to be the answer.
I'm not looking for him to be the answer. I'm looking for him to shut the fuck up. No.
That's my question.
Because he's
too
still
like that.
Brother JT, we don't have enough time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The show gonna end on this if you keep pushing the issue.
When you do your show, make sure that's the first thing I explain, and I'm gonna have my notes ready as to why I say he's a coon and a jigaboo.
Goddamn notes, man.
I have notes right now, but okay, I'm not trying to tear Kanye down, but what Kanye does is
why calling him Kanye?
Because here's the thing, he is a coon.
I'm not trying to tear Kanye down.
Yeah, he's a soft shoe tap dancing coon, and don't even know he tap dancing for the white man. He too stupid to know any better.
You brother, we ain't gonna get nowhere.
Man.
Listen, I know
somebody that will. I know somebody that will. Don't worry about it.
And that's why I got Westside Kulik up here. He gonna give me? I want to hear his perspective. And this is gonna take Westside. This is probably gonna take another 1 or 2 more panels for you to get me to comprehend it, man. Because why would the ancestors give this to that dipshit? You want to convince me you give it to a moron, an idiot?
But I would say this though to Brother Westside, and it's a legit question, man, because I rarely get an opportunity to talk with a brother that comes from your side of the spectrum. So I really want to hear from you, because I know we're running out of time here, but I would really want to hear from you 2 quick, succinct ways that we as black men should be moving in today's world.
It's a great question. You said quick. That's a great question. Man, that's a great question. I would buy land and I would spread out. I would flank, I would spread out, buy land. That would be 2 things I would do as a so-called black man. So what I'm saying is if you have the most educated, you have the most wealthy in one part of the country, that's not good. They can control you off that aspect right there. So what I'm saying is I want our people to flank, move out. I want you guys to move back to Arizona, to Utah, to Montana, to Washington State, to Wyoming. I just don't want you guys confined in Atlanta and Washington, D.C. and New York City. And if you guys look at the stats right now, I think you all would agree the most educated and most richest people right now are pretty much in Washington, D.C. or Virginia. So that's the issue to me. Then we got all these immigrants coming in here right now. There's something from Fox News. And yes, I look at Fox. I look at all news sources. What it says, reported Biden plan to pay illegal immigrants $450K could surpass payments to some 9/11 or military families. And right now in El Paso, they're saying, there's 2,000 migrants, but I call them illegal aliens coming through the border, and the border's fucking open, and they're costing us money. They're violent. And crimes and stuff like that left and right. So we got to make sure we get our land and identification and we got to move out in this country, not just be confined in one spot.
I gotta get you on my platform, bro. Yeah, I gotta get you on my platform, brother. Because there's again, I'm 80% with you. Then I hear a couple things, and I'm like, I don't know about that, man. I gotta get you on my platform, bro. And again, it's an honor to be on this panel with you.
Yeah, and and don't buy Yeezys, okay? Now, because they're ugly as fuck. So anyway, yeah, I'm with you on this one, DL. I mean, like I said, I surround myself with people like Westside, Dirty Folks, Noble, Big Mike Drop. They're Kanye supporters. I don't know why, but they're pro black. I don't know why you support a minstrel, but you want to see black people prosper. I mean, Kanye doesn't. He doesn't care. He's too stupid.
You know what I'm about to ask him.
He's too dumb.
Explain what you're talking about as far as they're saying that you're saying support. It's not a fact.
Big Mike Drop says that Kanye should be protected at all costs. I disagree. I think you should leave him out.
I agree. I agree.
If it wasn't for the antics that he put up before, and if he's doing this now, like calling out the little hat people, right? I'm all for that shit. But you didn't clarify what you meant by
he definitely did, choice. Bro. He got his own YouTube channel right now.
I'm not watching
that motherfucker. That shit been going on, but you can't do that, Mandrell.
I can almost
if you want to actually have something that's on fact,
we gotta watch it, bro.
You gotta watch it, bro.
I'm a fucking combat veteran. I earned my right to ignore
your thoughts of what
I earned my right to ignore tar babies. Okay.
Ah, damn, bro. No, we both got to get through this shit. We got to get through this shit, Airborne. We gonna do this in stages, man. I'll do the first watch, and you gotta go watch this. You gotta do the second watch, bro.
Thank you, Big Mac Drop. Mike Drop. He's a tar baby. Thank you, Big Mac Drop.
Listen. The most intelligent thing that you can ever do, dog, is to challenge.
I know. To challenge what I think I know. Exactly. Yes. My thing is this. Okay. I don't like the fact that he got all that money, got popular, and married the biggest thought in Hollywood.
You a hater?
No. I'm not a hater. That wasn't smart. People call him a genius. I'm like, he is not a genius. He doesn't make moves.
When they say a genius, hold on.
He doesn't make moves of a man with a genius level intellect.
Y'all, we talked about this a few days ago.
He's a genius.
We talked about this a few days ago, fellas. What are we doing? This is supposed to be a different topic.
Okay, different topic.
Why the black man? That's why I have to say. That's why I have to tell Mandrell he has to be able to watch a lot of these things that's out here, so he can challenge what he thinks he knows.
I get it, but
that's all I'm telling you, bro.
Jigaboo sicken me. I get nauseous when I watch.
You a white
man?
When
I watch.
You are a white man in beige clothing. That's what it is.
When I watch,
you white man in beige clothing.
When I watch self-hating blacks, I want to throw up. I do.
He's not self-hating. He's got issues. That's my whole point. He's got issues, man. I'm not. No. Here's the thing. I can't, just like in the eyes of the law, I can't hold a crazy man accountable for his actions. That's how I'm looking at it.
He ain't crazy though. He knows.
You said he was either something. Hey man, either he is or he is.
No, I said he was dumb. I ain't say he was crazy. He knows what he's doing.
He ain't crazy about a loan shot.
Yeah. He ain't crazy. He dumb as fuck.
Here's my question to the panel about the slavery was a choice thing. And I do like a lot of things Dr. Claude Anderson says. He agreed with Kanye. And matter of fact, Kanye got that from Dr. Claude Anderson. That's what he got that whole narrative from. So
he won't give him the credit. He gives it to Kundis Owens.
Well, hold on. Let's hear Brother Westside, Mandrell. Let's hear this.
He gave Dr. Claude Anderson the credit. Now, what Dr. Anderson said was Kanye is not returning his calls all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on with that. That's their, personal thing. But he got all that from Dr. Claude Anderson. And I would agree slavery was a choice because a lot of these slaves, I hope y'all know this in the panel and whoever else, a lot of these slaves were Slavs, were these so-called white people, these Irish people, these Scottish people, right? Those were the slaves. Those were the Slavs. That whole slave ship narrative and story was about them. That's who was it about. The squatters and all that. These are these white people, these Slavs. That's what the damn story was about. So I'm waiting. I'm listening.
Bro, I got to get you on my platform, man.
You know the story about what happened with my man that so-called created the movie Roots, right?
Yes,
Alex Haley. It was plagiarized. And the real fat
called The American.
Yeah, it was plagiarized, and he got sued. Had to pay a bunch of money.
But it was from the Slavs.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
It was about it, and so what Westside is talking about is, see, we keep thinking it's just about black people. Slavery was slavery. It was a way of life.
Kanye is talking about black people, y'all. Let's keep it 100. He was talking about black folks. Now, when you show me a Slav swinging from a tree,
yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Right with a family of white folks looking. I'm just saying, show me that. I will concede the point. We're talking about two different things here.
He has not have the answers. That's my whole thing. This is where I have a problem with people. They keep taking the misinformation that he has, right? And then they polarize it as this is what makes him fucked up or a coon or whatever. Mandrell, this is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about the man not being a flawed man and having flawed information.
Flawed. No,
but what we're talking about is something that has never ever been done.
Which is
everything that has been done. But listen, everything that has been done, there has never been a good outcome from it. Nothing, none of it. One of the things that we have never done was we stood the fuck up. And all he's trying to do is just get people to stand the fuck up.
He's not.
But manager, give me 1 second. Let me get this. Let me get. Hold on, brother JT. You telling me they didn't stand up in Rosewood? You telling me they didn't stand up in fucking Tulsa? They tried, didn't they?
It's Rosewood.
No.
Rosewood is like Pontiac, Michigan.
Okay, but you telling me we didn't stand up? They tried. They tried.
No,
show me the Slavs that are buried in a mass grave. Then I will concede the point.
That's why I said you guys got to actually look at the content that he has. Look at the three main interviews that he had. One of the things he's talking about with the Jews, he's like, I do want y'all to be upset, but I don't want y'all to be upset when y'all cancel me. I want and he's not talking about the old people. He's talking about the young people. Dad, why is Ye mad at us? These are the people that buys his wardrobe. These are the people that buy his shoes, and they're the Jays and all these other people, and so they have to go to their people and say, why is this motherfucker out there so upset with us?
I'm about to start calling him Kanye. I'm about to start calling him Kanye. I'm about to join Mandrell. He done got me.
Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. He's trying to get it where, of course, he's trying to stir up shit, but he's not doing it just to be stirring up shit and being a troll. What he wants to do is do something that was totally different. We've talked to people very nicely. We done had people that marched. We done had people that did all them other different things. One thing we ain't never had was people to sit back and say, I'm a fight against this system right now. 2022, I'm a fight against the system. I may not have all the answers, but guess what? I'm about to start this shit up. All I need is for y'all, and he says it straight out. I need y'all to have my back. Westside, did he not say that?
He did say that.
He did say that. I saw that.
He said, I need y'all, and he was talking to black people, but he also was telling the Jews, I am not against y'all, but I am against the shit that y'all did to me. Right. He said, I apologize for everybody.
We got to go to final thoughts, JT.
We got to go to final. Yeah, you lost me on that one, JT, bro. We got to finish that one up on your show.
No, listen to me now. He said, I'm not against everybody that is the Jays, right? But I do got to say that the people that's in this whole thing, the Hollywood shit or the music shit, they fucked me over. And I'm not gonna allow y'all to fuck me over no more. So I'm gonna tell on y'all ass.
A billionaire got fucked over. Y'all some boo fucking who?
Hey, y'all. Hey, can I say something real quick before the show ends?
I wish you wouldn't.
I'm gonna say something because, and Mandrell, I want to be uninterrupted. Listen, this is
I'm hosting this show tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You take your big ass home, rolling somewhere else.
You know what? It's always the midgets. Listen. But I want to say this. To me, when I hear black men like Mandrell, I love Mandrell, that's my brother from another mother. But when I hear black men talking about Kanye and Kanye this and Kanye that, to me, it's the equivalent of the white folks telling the black players that stood up, shut the fuck up and dribble. Right? We try to
shut up and play ball.
Yeah, we try to silence every person. Listen, we don't have to agree. I don't agree with everything nobody say. Nobody's going to 100% agree with anything Mandrell, nobody's going to 100% agree what you say, what I say, or any man on this panel. However, when a man stands up for what he believes in, God damn, we got to give him some fucking respect. The man stands up what he believes in. Yes, he's gonna say shit that ain't cool. Okay, a lot of people that say shit that ain't cool, right? But we still in a country where it's okay for the white man to say what the fuck he wants to say. But soon as a black man stands up and has strength of voice and got the money to back it up and say, you know what, niggas, and white folk, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say the fuck I want to say, and y'all can cancel me today, and I can buy a small island and live forever.
Okay.
Fuck y'all.
Okay,
right?
how does it help us?
What? How does it help you? There's a man. There's a man. Okay, let me give you an example. Everybody hate Bill Cosby, right?
No.
But since Bill Cosby went to jail and all these women came out after 50 years talking about he didn't touch them, and all these people talking, I can't believe Bill. None of you bitches are going to give that money back that he paid for your scholarship. I bet you that.
Huh?
I bet you that.
Hello. Is that mic working?
I bet you that. But you know what else?
I agree. And Bill never should have went to jail.
Hold on. You know what else? But guess what, Mandrell? Somebody else may disagree with you right now. But watch this. You know what else? Bill Cosby was not only responsible for 800, 900 fucking college students living their lives right now, making six figures or more, possibly, and the same ones calling him a monster. But Bill Cosby is responsible for the first black stunt double in Hollywood.
Yeah, it was.
They were using blackface actors, white men, to be stunt doubles. Bill Cosby said, "Listen, if you want me to do this movie, I'm the highest grossing comedian in the world." He used his power. I don't give a fuck. If I don't get no black stunt doubles, I'm quitting today.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Too bad Kanye didn't do shit.
Hold on. First of all, you calling him Kanye, but you're not calling Bill Cosby Raper Bill.
Because there's no proof of that.
But hold on.
Him being a symbol.
Hold on. Right. Hold on. There's no proof of that, right?
Yes, there's no proof of that.
Hold on. There was a time. There was a time where Bill Cosby turned on black people too.
How so?
There was a time
by telling you niggas to pull your pants up.
No. Bill Cosby talked about niggas too. And when he got that, when he got that nigga wake up call, he ran right back to the same niggas, just like O.J. Simpson talked about the niggas every day. But when he got that nigga wake up call,
there's a difference.
Same shit.
No. Bill was never a Sambo. O.J. Simpson was full-fledged white man.
Okay, but guess what though? At the end of the day,
and he still didn't.
At the end of the day, Kanye has a voice. At the end of the day, Kanye has a voice, and guess what? He's so smart, Mandrell. He's so smart that he's using you. No, listen. He's so smart that he's using content creators like yourself to talk about him for 72 hours in a row.
No, I'm talking about y'all ignorant niggas.
No. You done said Kanye 3. If he got paid for every time you said Kanye, you done made this man $100,000 in 3 days.
No. If I knew he was getting paid every time I said his name, I would never say it. He's got my thing is this. I get it, but my thing is this. You guys defend this clown who does nothing for black women. Not even marry a black woman after he got money. And in direct contrast as to what he says in his songs.
Mandrell, no. You can't say he didn't. Mandrell, you cannot say that, Mandrell. You can't say that he didn't marry a black woman. Harry Belafonte did not marry a monkey. Hey, Harry Belafonte, Mandrell, when you're in a corner, you get louder. Harry Belafonte married a white woman.
That's not getting through to you. That's what I'm saying.
Cindy Poitier married a white woman.
Sidney Poitier. And we're not talking about them. We're talking about Kanye.
No, you said, but you keep complaining that he didn't marry a black woman. These men didn't marry him either. They did not.
So what? Sidney Poitier never claimed to be black.
You know what?
Or anything
niggas,
like that.
hold on. Niggas ain't never happy. You know what?
Never claimed to be conscious or anything like that.
Hold on, niggas that want to be white ain't never happy. When Harry Belafonte donated all his movie money to help the civil rights movement, the black people didn't even want it because they said he wasn't married to a black woman. Ain't that some shit?
No, that's some fuck shit.
I wouldn't have done that.
Ain't that some shit?
If you wanna put that word coon out there, those motherfuckers.
Those are coons. Those are dumbasses. Like Kanye. Like if a man, so what if he married to a white woman? But if he's putting money to help the cause, Jesus fucking Christ, what are you doing? Who side you think he on?
And Kim Kardashian is not white. She's Romanian.
Yeah,
She's Armenian. She's Armenian.
She's Arab.
She's Armenian.
Yes.
She's Armenian.
She's Arab. And when they're in America, they're classified as white. So she
just
is
like
white.
Okay, Mandrell, and you qualified as beige, nigga.
Beige is my beige rage. Beige rage.
Out here.
Beige
yo.
Damn, I like that.
Beige rage.
Wait. Here's the thing. West Side, listen. Wait. I got you. Let me make this point. West Side. You and Big Mike, you might be able to turn me, right? You might be able to flip me and convince me. However, even if I agree with you that he needs to be protected, this nigga is most certainly never to be trusted. We cannot trust him.
Mandrell, who can you trust?
Not Kanye.
That's good.
Okay,
that's facts there.
But hold on. But Mandrell,
Mandrell,
Kanye, I keep telling you this. Kanye right now, butt naked but he can be butt naked with a broom in his hand. Now listen, hold on. He can be a butt naked with a broomstick in his hand, with a Popeyes gift card in his right hand, and say, "I got a concert at the New York Giants Stadium." The bitch will sell out in 10 minutes.
That speaks to the how. Wait. Okay, that speaks to how smooth brain the public is.
Okay.
People follow, and that's ultimately my problem with him. He is no leader. He is not the guy. But people choose to follow this moron. And he will lead you right off of a fucking cliff.
You can say what you You can.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Hold on, Mandrell. You know what we're gonna do, Mandrell? I'm gonna have a show, and it's gonna be me, you, and a couple other guys that's on this panel, and we're gonna go through history. And we go through history. I'm gonna tell you now. When we go through history, it's gonna be some things that's gonna upset some people because we're gonna go back through Jesse Jackson. We're gonna talk about Jesse. We're gonna talk about hold on. No. We're gonna burn the house down because what happens is like Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson was on the balcony when Martin Luther King got shot. After
he
Martin
was
Luther
in
King
on
got
it.
shot,
He was in on it.
Hold on. Jesse Jackson had the blood of Martin Luther King on his shirt. 3 days later, Jesse Jackson had the blood of Martin Luther King on his shirt. He turned that shit into an opportunity to elevate him and to catapult him into success. Now, my thing is this: we can go. Hold on, so we can go back through history, and some of our favorite people would be considered like women say, they don't like women say they don't like men that were womanizers. Men sit on these panels and say we don't like men that were cheaters and cheated on their wives and fucked other women. But one of the greatest speakers and leaders of all times was fucking white women every day. Martin Luther King was fucking white bitches every day. But we're not talking about that, is we?
You know, because he's not the subject.
So we can't. So we can. Hold on now. I'm just saying.
And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that.
Hold on. The FBI. Hold on. The FBI got tapes of him.
You're not telling me nothing I don't already know. Women. I've told you this.
Right. Okay. So my point is, how can you have that smoke for Kanye, but you ain't got that same smoke for Martin Luther King? How can you say Martin Luther King sit up there saying a speech about black people pulling themselves up by the bootstrap, but then later on that night he's scrapping up to fuck a white woman?
Well,
here's the thing. Martin Luther King.
I wish I had the goddamn. I didn't.
Here's why. Here's why. Well, number one, you're deflecting from the topic, and you're making points that don't connect to the subject. But
Mandrell, man, hold on, Mandrell. You know the law. You know the law. In any courtroom in America, I can use anything I want from a past judgment to make my point in this one.
Right, but there's no judgment there. No man who's worth more than 2 cents holds that against Martin Luther King. Let's not forget Malcolm X cheated on his wife too. Had an outside baby on his wife.
Yeah, but we're not talking about
I don't hold it against him because my thing is his personal life.
If he was still living at the time that this information that came out, you out your motherfucking mind. He had a 32% goddamn approval rate through black people.
Martin Luther King
didn't like his ass.
They hated him.
Right. Right. So it's the same thing with the people we talk about. When you keep saying
Kanye is not the same as Martin Luther King.
Hold on, Mandrell.
He was a goddamn
Kanye is not a Martin Luther King.
Mandrell.
All these different things that you.
No, Kanye is.
Mandrell. Mandrell. What's the difference? What's the difference between the preachers? What's the difference between the preachers that said when they came to them and said Martin Luther King coming to town, he want all y'all to march for civil rights, and the black preachers in a huddle said we ain't marching with that nigga shit. We're gonna keep our church.
Those were the coons.
Those were the coons.
Yes, they were sellouts. I agree. But here's the thing. Look, here's the thing. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and the people you bring up, those were fucking leaders. Yeah, they were flawed men, but they were leaders.
And Kanye is a flawed man.
No, Kanye is no leader. No leader by any stretch of the imagination. No matter how much fucking money he has, he is not a leader. And my thing is this. What bothers me is how few people recognize leadership and actual power. Kanye has money. He does not have power.
The best question is to Mandrell.
Money is power.
It is not power. They are two very different things.
But this is the best question to Mandrell. Why isn't he a leader?
He is not intelligent enough.
Because Mandrell thinks he's not.
I agree with Mandrell. Kanye's not a leader because he can't. All these things y'all giving him credit for, I don't believe that there's a strategy behind it. Right? I don't see the method in his madness, and no one to this point, no one has been able to reveal the method to his madness to me. What Brother JT said, what Brother Westside said, these are things that make sense to me, but this is not what's coming from Kanye. You know what I mean? This is coming from smart men. Brother JT is a leader. Brother Westside, I've never met the man, but I could tell he's a leader.
He's a leader. Yes.
Kanye is not.
Y'all ain't making no sense.
Hold on. DL Saint, listen, man. Let me talk to DL Saint real quick. So you said nobody has proven to you to say that Kanye is a leader. Everything. Let me say this. Everything that he does, everything that he does. Hold on, Mandrell, let me finish because we can end the show because we got to get my admin to sleep tonight. And listen, everything that Kanye has put his name on, whether negatively or positively, has turned into gold.
That has nothing to do with leadership.
Hold on. I'm not done. You're not letting me finish. I just put the fitted sheet on. Let me put the other sheet in the comfort on the bed. The next thing is anytime a man can speak, and no matter what he says, people will follow him. Because what is a leader? Somebody look up the definition of a leader right now. Look that shit up right now. Somebody. Because I'm driving. I will look it up, but I'm driving. The definition of a leader. Somebody tell me what that is. DL Saint, look it up real quick. And somebody give me the definition of that.
I got
it. Go ahead.
It says something that leads a primary or terminal shoot or of a plant. Well, that's not okay. Leader.
It says person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country.
Okay, now watch this. A person who leads or commands. So either or, right?
Leads or commands a group, organization, or country.
A group or organization, right? Organization. Yeezy. Right. Let me give you an example. Hold on. No. He was the spokesperson for Gap. Gap. Yes. Gap. Gap sales. Gap sales went through the roof. Kanye just said they just told Kanye, we're gonna go down on what we're gonna. Kanye said, you know what? I'm gonna leave the company, and they said, no, stay. Kanye said, no, I'm leaving. He said because I have the power over the company, you don't. And he said,
before that, it was Louis Vuitton.
And guess what happened when he left Gap? Go look at the numbers since he left Gap. Go look at the numbers since he left Gap. They may go.
That's not power.
Hold on, Mandrell. Leading a group of people or an organization.
He left the company.
So you mean to tell me right now, if Kanye started a live on Instagram and say we're marching for a particular thing tomorrow morning at 7:00, he ain't gonna have 30, 40, 100,000 motherfuckers following him down the street. Stop it, Mandrell.
No.
Wait.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Oh my God. No. Here's the thing. Because wait, stop. It just speaks to the deterioration of our society.
No, that ain't what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. My question is,
and I'm clarifying my answer. I told you no, he would not have 30, 40,000 people following him.
Wait, hold on.
Here's what. Let me finish. Here's why. Let me finish before you jump down my fucking throat. That's because that's for a cause. That's for a reason. People just want to buy shit. They're not going to follow anybody to make actual change. Even Kanye, he's no leader. He can't galvanize people like that. He doesn't have anywhere near the charisma. He doesn't have anywhere near the charisma. He's popular. Stop. Let me finish. He's popular. He's rich. That is it. He has no power. The Jays
Mandrell.
taught him that.
Mandrell.
Son, let me finish. No, when they kicked his money out of the fucking bank. When banks don't want to bank with a billionaire, you have no power. A bank doesn't want to bank with a billionaire.
Hold on, Mandrell. Hold on, y'all. We got to end the show because I get my admin to sleep. My admin got to go to sleep.
A bank doesn't want to bank with a billionaire. You still have power.
So
we got to do a part three. Part three.
Yeah, got to do a part. Everybody, thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on tonight. Thank you so much for being here, Mandrell and JT. Thank you so much for standing in the gap. All the other guys, man, thank you for being here. I would love to have a part 3 of this because I definitely had the oven on to cook Mandrell's ass.
You have no oven to cook me on this bullshit. I mean, you and I both from the South, but clearly you didn't learn the lessons of Jim Crow and slavery, and I did. You choose to follow.
Gotta end it. Gotta end it.
Monkeys.
Man, take us out.
You choose to follow pork. You choose to follow. You choose to follow.
We go.
See, he chooses to follow niggas. We go. Pork monkeys.